The story begins with who's gonna win, knowing the danger that lies within. A boy beyond, a genius at heart, wanting to unlock the mysteries of life. I am the Eggman, that's what I am. I am the Eggman, I got the master plan. I am the Eggman, that's what I am. I am the Eggman, with the master plan. I'm plotting my schemes wherever I go. They're perfect in every way. I love to destroy the blue and the no. He's an obstacle that always gets in my way. I'm playing this game by my rules. I will conquer the world with my tools. All my machines are made for destruction. I will build my empire. I will succeed, and you will see. With my machines, there is no retreat. I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. Got the master plan. I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. I got the master plan. I will succeed. My mission, yeah, must complete. My name is Eggman. Don't forget my name. If you ask me again, I'll tell you the same. I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. I got the master plan. I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. I got the master
Good evening, boys, girls, and NBs of all shapes, all sizes, all colors, and all orientations. Welcome to the one and only Alec Gunter stream. As you may have ascertained by this point, my name is Alec Gunter. So good to have you all here. It was a mostly beautiful day today. Started off with some rain, but eventually cleared up. Managed to get outside a little bit, enjoy the weather. I went for a quick jog, and then afterwards I went for a swim. So, pretty good day all things considered. But yeah, we're just chilling. I was messing with my camera, so I apologize if it looks a little bit different. I did figure out one issue. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I think that's better. Okay. I did figure out one of the issues I was having, which was the autofocus. The autofocus was really, really bad. And it kept you've probably noticed on my videos, it just kept blurring me and then not blurring me, and I think I fixed it. Thankfully, because it was really annoying. And I'm disappointed that so many of my videos have that problem. But it was a very simple fix. All I had to do was not zoom in on my actual camera. My Sony, what is it, ZV-1F or something. I was zoomed in on it. So all I did instead was move it a little bit closer, and now we're looking the same but with no blur. So it should be better in that regard. I do think there are still some... Are there weird lines happening still? I can't tell. I think there's still weird lines happening. I'm not entirely sure. If you do still see those, I apologize. I do have a new cord coming in for it. Hopefully that fixes it, but I'm in the process of troubleshooting it. I went to the store and bought a new one for like 38 bucks. I don't know why it was so fucking expensive. But it's not even good enough for my camera. I plugged it in, and it turns out, because it's only 30 hertz, it wasn't, good enough. So I gotta return that. But I ordered a better one off of Amazon, and hopefully that one will fix the issue. And if not, well, then fuck me, I guess. But yeah. You may have noticed, if you've been keeping up with my YouTube posts, I've been on quite the crochet grind, as per usual. I do have a stand that I am doing in September. I'm going to Northern Kentucky Anime Con. I believe that's what it's called. Anime Fest, maybe. Yeah, Anime Fest. Northern Kentucky Anime Fest 2025. I will be there. I purchased a table and a stand. So I got a little cube to myself, and I'll be selling my shit. You may even get to see my cousin. He may be there with me, selling his cards, his magic cards, right alongside. But yeah, I'll just be selling all the various things that I've been producing lately. You can see everything that I have completed up on my Etsy page. The only thing that I don't have on there, which I've actually meant to put on there, is my little bob-omb here. It's not because I have an attraction to this thing or anything. I don't have any kind of affinity for it. It's just I forgot because I had it on display up here, and I was just kind of going through my bag, trying to take pictures of everything. I have a big garbage bag full of all my finished projects, so I was just going through that, taking pictures of all of it, and I just forgot about him. So I got to get him thrown up there as well. I am debating though. I probably will cut off the fuse, because that's what the bob-ombs did in Mario 64. There's only one rendition of pink bob-ombs with fuses, and I believe that's in some kind of mini game. So in order to be authentic, how about we give him a little surgery right now? Sorry, buddy, we're about to mutilate you. Personally, I like the fuse, but we're gonna stay authentic. It was thanks to a YouTube commenter that I realized that. Beautiful. And now we have our pacifist pink bob-omb. It's just that simple. So we'll just put him back. I gotta make more bob-ombs. Those things are very fun. The hardest part is the thing on the back, the windy thing. That took me a minute to figure out. And it's just a little bit tricky, but other than that, it's pretty good. Am I still getting autofocus issues? Maybe not. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. But yeah. Alright. How's chat doing? Bless Bezos, very nice. Yeah, just ordered something off of Amazon. Gone crafting, welcome, welcome. I'm also gone crafting very often. You should play Zionist or Nazi. It's a quiz where you guess if a quote was said by a Zionist or a Nazi. That sounds kind of fun. We could do that today. I don't have any major plans. The only thing I really want to do... Hold on. My lights are not focused on me. That's much better. Okay. The only thing I really have planned is Mr. Remnant777 made yet another video on me. He just can't stay away from this beautiful face. So we're going to be going over that. He thinks that I like violence for some reason, when that is not the case. I do not advocate for violence. I never have. The only time violence is appropriate or necessary is in times of self-defense. And under a fascist regime, that could be at any moment. So, you know, buy a gun, stay prepared, and defend yourselves. That's when violence is justified. I think it's fine to punch Nazis. If you don't think that it's fine to punch Nazis, I don't know what to say to you. I don't think that's a problem to say that. Like, Nazis are outwardly and openly threatening, like, existence itself. It's like fighting a cancer. I would prefer we could convert them. That is possible. But unfortunately, that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of deprogramming, and we simply don't have that luxury. You know? The regime is here. Speaking of Nazi or Zionist, do you take video requests? If you go to my Discord server, you will find the juice box. I pulled a couple out of there, but I don't know if I'll be going over them or not. People post a lot of stuff there. I've been trying to look for shorter videos. If you guys recommend shorter videos, like between 5 and 10 minutes, I will be much more likely to go over it. My editor, Dubsy, very much appreciates the shorter videos. I know it doesn't make much of a difference to you guys or to me, but Dubsy gets a lot of satisfaction from, like, completing a video and uploading it. So I'm trying to do more short-form content. They've gotten used to the long stuff, and I'm still going to be doing some long videos here and there, especially if it's important. But 5 to 10 minutes, ideal time. That's what we're going for. I have a short clip. It's vegan gains mocking Palestinian children starving to death. That would be good to go over, yeah. You can drop links also in the site chat. I don't think you can do it on YouTube. I don't know if that's a setting I can turn off and on. But for some reason, YouTube does not like links, even like on its to videos on its own fucking website, which is weird to me. But if you go to the site chat, alecgunter.com/live, you can link stuff there. Oh, yeah, or Twitch, Yeah, it works on Twitch too. I saw that VG clip. He's unhinged and insane. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. Zionist or Nazi? Yeah, we'll do this. That'll be fun. First time chatting here. I love your content. Thank you, Sobi. I appreciate you. Lovely. First things first, though. I have to subject you people to my special interest. So, let's see. I'll start with the least impressive stuff and work my way up. So, like this right here, pretty simple. It looks like a table right now. It is going to be a guy, a little man's. Here, I'll pull him up. I actually don't know who this person, who this character is. This was a commission. Hold on. Let me find him here. There we go. Tito from Nausicaa. I guess it's an anime of some sort that I've never seen. This is a good image. He's a cute little dude. I like him. He's got a very nice, pleasant design. So this is our starting point right here. I bought some cream-colored furry yarn in order to put onto his chest and around his neck, and that'll be fun. And then I just got to do the head, the ears, and the tail, and then add some details, and then we'll be good. And he'll be ready to ship out. And this one was... Did we ever decide on a price, actually? I said $50 to $60. So this one will probably be more around $60. Oh yeah, also, what's great about this is my first four-legged creature, if you don't count the Bulbasaur that I never finished. One thing that I did on this, though, like, I crocheted the belly backwards. And I did not mean to do that. It made it very awkward. But I did it. I completed it. It looks fine, so I'm fine with it. You still need to make a little Sonic for your desk. I want to make Sonic so bad, and I can't yet because I have no beige yarn. I have sand-colored yarn, which is like, okay, I guess, but I don't want to use that. Like, loops and threads on Michaels. Okay? They're always out of the fucking beige yarn. It's just never restocked. Here, I'll check now. Chenille. If it's there now, I'll piss myself. And there are other websites that I order from, but the one that I got the beige from is, taking forever to ship. Like 2 weeks. Like, that's insane. I think they call it Pearl on here. No, that's Winter White. There's Sweet Snuggles and there's Chenille Home, and I don't know the difference. They're the same to me. Cream. Oh, they just don't list it anymore. That's great, man. How the fuck are you gonna sell yarn and not have a fucking beige color? That's insane to me. Same thing on Parfait. The Parfait brand has no beige color. And I love both of these brands. They're my favorite, but they have no fucking beige color. Pisses me off, man. Okay. But I got beige coming in. It'll be here soon. You can make a Shadow with the sand or even a Rouge because they have darker skin. Does Shadow have darker skin than Sonic? Oh yeah, his face is kind of orangish, isn't it? I think, yeah, hold on. You could get away with beige or, like, a more orange-ish color. Or, like, peach-colored. You could do, like, peach-colored. I think I have a pretty good yarn for that. Maybe not peach. The peach-colored stuff I have is a little bit too pink. But, like, maybe mustard? No, not mustard-colored. This is, like, mustard. You could maybe get away with mustard, but no. I think I would still use beige for him. Like, here it's a little bit more orange. I think mustard would work if you're going for, like, this color scheme. But I think I would still go with beige. Okay, what's this? Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. That'll be added to the queue today. Yeah, any short videos you guys have, yeah, put them up here. There's a lot of content that I recorded and I just don't feel like uploading. I feel like I didn't do very good reacts to them. Quite frankly, I'm a little bit embarrassed because I was either high or drunk or both for a lot of my streams, and I don't like that. And that's not going to be a habit moving forward. We'll do some fun streams now and then, but it's got to be a treat. It's got to be a treat. Alcoholism runs in my family, and I was getting just a little bit too close there, and I need to stop. So I haven't bought Jack Daniels in like 2 weeks. Oops. I think older Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow, and Rouge are both darker than newer models. I may be wrong. You might be right because, yeah, you might be right because that's kind of what this shows. Job market is rough out here. Applied for 20 jobs, haven't gotten a call or email back from anyone. Sorry to hear that, Kerbal. Get into nursing. Seriously, if you get into nursing, that's a lot easier said than done, to be fair, having done it myself and being in debt because of it. But especially like male nurses, like can write their ticket. Like I literally make more money than anybody else at my job. Partly probably because of sexism and I'm a male nurse, but also because like I'm an RN. So like LPN, unfortunately, they kind of get the shaft. When really RNs and LPNs for the most part do the same thing. The major differences are, I believe, IV. I know for a fact LPNs cannot work with IVs. And they can't do blood draws, I don't think. But anything else, I'm pretty sure that's just the same. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. There might be a couple of other things, but it's mainly just IVs and blood draws. Other than that, LPNs and RNs do the same fucking thing. The only difference is the title, and RNs just are, they just get treated better. You got your nursing bachelor's? I got my nursing master's. Thank you. I got my biology bachelor's, and I looked around for some biology jobs, decided I hated all of them, and then through the advice of my mother, I went to nursing school. There was a accelerated program at Mount St. Joseph University that I took advantage of, and got done in a year and a half. So, got 1C, the 1C that I was allowed to get in gynecology, because I don't know pussy very well, apparently. Would you debate vegan gains? He debates anyone, but with Israel-Palestine, he only debates crazy jihadists who confirm his pro-Palestine equals anti-Semitism delusion. He becomes an emotional wreck when you challenge him on it. I would, but like, I don't really debate. I've avoided Israel-Palestine debates because I'm not the most well-educated on exactly what's happening over there. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm aware that Israel is committing a horrific genocide. Okay, I've been paying that much attention. I know some of the things that have happened, like that 1 week they killed like 100 fucking children. Disgusting, horrific event. But like, I don't know the specifics of like what happened and when, you know? So I guess it would be more like, my bottom line would be, do you recognize that Israel is committing a genocide? Do you recognize that Israel is the aggressor? Do you recognize that, I wouldn't bring up Hamas unprovoked, but Hamas, if he brings it up, which he probably will, if we were to debate, Hamas is a reactionary group to the genocide. I don't like Hamas. They're not good, but like they're a product of genocide. You know, it's like bitching about anti-white racism. You know, it's like, I don't like it. It exists. But it's a result of anti-black racism. It's a reactionary result of white supremacy and anti-black racism. So if you want to fix the anti-white racism, you got to fix the anti-black racism. And we haven't. So same kind of concept there. Israel actually just struck Iran and Iran retaliated, if you haven't seen the news. I have seen the news, yes. That's not good. I would say that's probably not good. Last night I was at a wedding party for my brother, and I had some people talking to me, well, one person in particular, talking to me about World War III. So we can look forward to that. If they try to draft me, which I don't think they will, I think I'm too old. But if they decide to, like, you know, go like imperialist China or whatever and draft like any and all men who are like age 13 and older, I'm gonna dodge the fuck out of it. And if I can't dodge, then I guess I'm going to jail, because I'm not fighting your fucking blood war. Sorry. Blood war. I guess that's all wars. Except the Cold War. Tonight I'm getting filled up all the right ways and all the wrong holes. That sounds pretty cool. I hope you have fun. Did you see the video a Cheeto made about you? No, I was going to go over the one Remnant777 made about me. Who's a Cheeto? I'm kind of steeped in the drama, I guess. It's so funny because, like, I just don't give a shit what these cretins think about me anymore. I used to, but I don't. A Cheeto. Is it recent? It is recent, from an hour ago. Who's a Cheeto? Evil as shit. This leftist streamer that must be stopped. People hate me. Why do they hate me so much? I welcome their hatred. Judge me by my enemies. Yeah, who is this guy? 546,000 subscribers? That's a lot of subscribers. I could technically just override the Remnant 777 video and do this one instead. He's way more relevant. That'd be really funny, actually. Let's do that. We're gonna do that because it's funny. Are you looking forward to any new movies or shows? Actually, you know, sorry, 1 second. We could do both, I guess. I guess that's always an option, but I think it'd be funnier if we didn't. I'll decide. Evil. Evil as shit. I've been called cringe, I've been called a soy lord, I've been called, like they tried to demean me. I guess it didn't work. I guess, like, their insults they found out just didn't work, and they, like, can't call me that shit anymore. And then, like, I don't know, like... Now they're just calling me evil, which I think is cool. I'll take that label. That's fine. If it's evil to want better things for more people, then I'm evil as shit. I'm going to hell, I guess. He's like a commentary channel. I remember I sort of used to watch him. A Cheeto is funny, but he's a little bit wild when it comes to his political takes. We'll see if he's funny. It's not impossible for a conservative to be funny. It's just less likely. Because their version... So I'll give you an example. So, like, last night I was at a wedding party for my brother. And one of my cousins... There were, like, some... there were some black people invited. And one of my cousins... Out of nowhere... I think all the black people were out of earshot. But, like, he just starts... Like, I'm standing next to him and he just starts going... Is there a black person here? Is there a black person here? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? He's like, is there a black person here? And I was like... Yeah, there are several. And he goes, no, is there a black purse in here? And he's like, oh, have you ever seen that video? I'm like, no. Just like the most immature, bottom of the barrel fucking shit. Like, really? We're doing puns now? We're doing racism puns now? He thought it was hilarious, though, so... I did not... I literally was, like, so awkward about it, too. I made it known that I was not comfortable. I was like, okay, dude, whatever. I did not put up with that shit. I didn't give him, like, a pity laugh or nothing. He defended Tate once. Oh, that's pretty cool. I love it when people defend sex offenders and human traffickers. Where does he defend Andrew Tate? Here, let's look it up. That'll be a good appetizer before we watch the video. He's not conservative. Tate's ban just makes things worse. Andrew Tate's first post-jail interview. Andrew Tate from Timu has a message for us. Do you like Andrew Tate? I guess it'd be this one, right?
So Andrew Tate recently got banned off of Facebook, Instagram, and all of the Meta platforms, and I mean, honestly, regardless of how you feel about him as a person or anything he's said or done, if you're celebrating this ban, chances are you're mentally
he's a Leafy ripoff, right?
Handicapped, and I'm gonna explain why. Andrew Tate has to be one of the easiest people to shit on in this current stage of the internet, right? Anything Andrew Tate says...
The fuck are you talking about? If you shit on... Back then, if you shit on Andrew Tate, you'd have like 1,000 of his reply guys in your comments being like, oh, fuck you, you just don't like him, and... Like, it's like, no, it was not like that. He's friends with Think Before You Sleep? Oh, nice. Great value, Leafy is here. He had a major beef with Leafy? That's funny. This gameplay footage is weird, too much turning. I'm not going to claim to know anything about this game that he's playing, so... But it is a little bit disorienting. He kind of did defend him here, didn't he?
And just so you know, when it comes to Facebook and Instagram, when you get banned off those platforms, you can't get back on. Like, it's not temporary. It's not like Twitch where they kick you out for a week and then let you back in. No, I'm pretty sure it's permanent. And if you make an alt account, you can get banned, like, from that too, because you're avoiding the ban or some shit. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I think the reason why so many people are celebrating this ban is because rather than, like, find a way to intellectually destroy him, which is not hard to do, they'd rather just have him completely silenced and banned to begin with.
He should
Which
be.
is just pathetic. Like, dude, if you...
No, that's not pathetic. No, people who are shilling bad ideas that make society a worse place to live should be banned from social media platforms. Yeah. That's good. If free speech... Like, if the things you're saying are making society a worse place to live, I don't want you saying them. So, yeah, I don't care that he was banned. That's not stupid either. It's not like everybody thinks this thing that's like, oh, if you get banned off of platforms, like that just makes your reach stronger. Ooh, and at best, to give the most credit possible, like the best it will do for you is like put you in the news cycle for like a little bit of time. Like people will talk about it for like a week, maybe a month. But then after that, if you're not putting any new shit out, people forget about you. They'll literally forget. Like, there might be a small boost in popularity for, like, a very short period of time, and then people will forget. You become irrelevant, which he did. Andrew Tate is irrelevant now. He had his moment in the spotlight. He has his permanent stain on our society, and he's left a lot of damage in his wake, but now he's irrelevant. Nobody cares about what he has to say anymore. If he's on the platform, he still reaches people regardless of people refuting him. It's just so weird. Like, how does taking away people's platforms make them more relevant? That's the math ain't math in there. Anyway, that's enough of that. Basically, this whole video is just going to be about, well, even if you don't like Andrew Tate, without ever mentioning the fact that Andrew Tate is literally a sex offender. Like, he had, I guess it's still alleged at this point because he hasn't been convicted yet, but let's be real. Like, he did it. Sorry, I believe that he did it. I think everybody believes that he did it. I think even the people who like him believe that he did it, and they like that he did it. He admitted that he did it. He fucking admitted it himself. Okay, well, we got the flavor of that guy. Yeah, I think it'll be funnier to go over his. I might still go over Remnant 777. We'll see how I'm feeling. But it would be really funny to be like... So initially I was going to go over this guy's video on me, but this one is actually way more relevant. Actually, is it? He's not getting very many views. I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. Actually... This one is more relevant. This one has way more views. I know it's been 3 days, but like if you look at this guy's views, they're not very good. The trans YouTuber that must be stopped, the leftist streamer that must be stopped. A Cheeto fell off a while ago. Should I be giving him attention? The married Chew has a minimum of double the live viewers as you. Your confidence is not justified. You yourself aren't relevant. Dog, I don't care. I don't do this to be relevant. I mean, partly I do, but like I just don't care that much. Like I do it mostly for fun. I've built up a nice little audience of people that I like and they like me, and that's enough for me. 43 is plenty. It's more than you got. Everybody tries to play this fucking numbers game with me. I don't care. Bot subs? Oh, with the Cheeto? Maybe. With Remnant 777, I know exactly where it came from. Because Tectone went over his original video. How the radical left dehumanizes the right. Alleged sex offender Tectone. Actually, let me look that up. Tectone allegations. From May 8th, 2025. Tectone addresses Pink Chew's allegations after she brought up his father's assault case. You only fairly recently got back on the streaming grind. I'm on and off with it. I loves Mary and loves Alec too. I don't know how that's possible, but that's fine, I guess. I don't care if you like Mary Chew. I don't personally, but we have such different ideas that I don't understand how that's possible. But you do you. As long as you follow the rules in my chat and Discord and whatever. You're my type? I mean, I guess that's fine, but like, I would prefer you actually listen to what I'm saying. This is misandry at work, folks. Everybody wants me, nobody wants me for what I have to say. They all want me for my body. It's sad. Okay, I need to subject you guys to my special interest. I haven't done that yet. So let me do that. I did it a little bit with the table looking thing, but we got off track. So I need to do the rest, and then we're going to get into the juice. So maybe a bit femme for me. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I don't know how you get more masculine. I mean, maybe like if you're juicing. I used to be more muscular. So there's that. You would have liked me like 2 years ago. I want to get back to the gym. I went for a run and a swim today, but I really want to get back to the gym. You're only here to provide slop, Alec. You know that? That's pretty true. Okay. So first, I got these things. And these, when you put batteries in them, dance, and you can also record something for it to play. I don't know how to record something, but you can, apparently. And I'm going to start... I had a poll on YouTube and on Discord today, so I'm going to start with the Animal Crossing gyroid. If anybody knows what that guy is. It's that little fire hydrant looking guy that wiggles. So that's the first one I'm going to make for this thing. I'm going to sell them at the stand that I'm opening, and I'm also going to put them online. So that's probably the least exciting thing, though. You guys want to see the stuff that I actually made. Which isn't much, granted. I don't have like 50 things to show you today, but I do have a couple. So this is a rainbow dino, rainbow baby dino, that I made and put on Etsy. Now this one is actually a gift for my wife's sister. This is my own original pattern. So I actually made this one and didn't write anything down. And so I had to remake it from the ground up, and I didn't make it exactly the same, but it's close enough. So I made a pink one. I have not finished this one yet, but I'm going to put some red scales on it. And it's going to be a little cherry dino, a little baby cherry dino. I think the green one is just a little bit chunkier, which I like. So I'm going to work the pattern a little bit and figure out how to make this chunkier. Because this one's got a little bit of a flat belly compared to the green boy. The legs are also a little bit longer, which I actually like. Because the green one, it does stand on its own, but not very easily. You have to kind of work it a little bit. The pink one stands on its own just fine, though. So, trans scale colors on the pink dino. That would be fun. That would be pretty fun. It's a good idea. It's perfect, thank you. I think you look like Elvis and are a hunk. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, and then finally, last thing. My most excitingest project that I have been working on. We got your boy Whooper here. If you're on Etsy, of course, these are completely original axolotl monster friends. Nothing to do with anything that it may or may not resemble. And the best part, you have to kind of, you know, untangle these a little bit sometimes, but it's fine. And the best part, its tail is completely flexible. You can stick it up like that. Put it down like that. He sits great. So if I put him in my hand here as a little platform, you can see he sits. He's a little bit unsteady, but not too bad. I did have to steady his head a little bit on this color specifically, because for some reason this color was just a little bit thinner yarn. But I didn't want to do it too much, because I actually kind of like the floppy head. We also, of course, have the shiny variant. So we got your two boys here, the OGs, introduced in Gen 2. And then, of course, now I don't have the original Paladin yet, because I'm waiting for yarn to come in that will help. Like, I could technically do all of it except for the thing on his belly. I need dark brown for the thing on his belly. But this one's my favorite. This one is Shiny Paladin Whooper. Of course. I was having a little bit of trouble deciding on the yarn color. But thankfully, because like I was like going for grays and blues and such, but finally I found the perfect color for it. Country Blue from Loops and Threads. Country Blue yarn. He's a perfect color. That's an amazing Whooper, low-key. Thank you. I came up with the pattern myself. I have it all written down. I'm thinking about, I don't know if I want to sell my patterns or not. My dad kind of had a good point where he was like, well, you shouldn't give away your secrets. Like the secrets of your designs. But at the same time, I'm like, well, if you don't have the money to buy one of mine, I still want you to have one. So if you're willing to take the time and invest the money and energy into at least getting a crochet hook and some yarn, I'm willing to show you how to make this. So I do think that I will sell the pattern. I'll throw it up on Etsy for like $3 or something. And then if you want to make your own, you're more than welcome. And the great thing is you can make these in any size. So the only thing that is going to be a little bit different is the tail. If you're making it like with regular sized yarn, because I like using the chunky yarn. I guess it's jumbo yarn technically. I like using jumbo yarn. But if you're making it with like regular sized yarn, like size 5, this is like size 7, but size 7 goes from like this size and bigger. But if you're making it with like size 5 yarn, the only thing is that the tail will not be movable like this, unless you're working with a much smaller wire. Patterns are a good option for people. I agree. I want to encourage people to make these themselves. I want to encourage, because like I learned with patterns, you know? Like I couldn't do this stuff on my own like a year ago. No way. Like everything that I crocheted for like the first 6 or 7 months of crocheting was with patterns. Glad to see your dad supporting your hobby. He's very supportive of my hobbies. Not my politics, but, you know, that's another story. Okay. And those are for sale. on Etsy.com/shop/GunterGrabs. I already sold the blue and the pink one, the OGs. So these guys, you can get them as a bundle. They're $40 a piece, but if you get them as a bundle, they're $68. It's 15% off. So $40 a piece, or you can get them both for $68. I do not have Paldean Whooper on there yet. I want to get the other yarn first and then sell these guys as a bundle deal. You can get them individually, of course, if you want, but I also want to make sure I have the other one done. So. Spreading the crochet love, indeed. Hydrant Campy with the obligatory Sexy Beast post. Thank you. Appreciate you always. Okay, let's decide how to do this. So should I go over... I think for this stream, I think it would be overkill to go over 2 videos that are talking about me. So let's just pick one, and we'll save the other for later. Right? I think that's good. Did we get a tipster raid? Thank you very much, Tippy. I appreciate you. You're just in time. We're gonna start with the juice in a second. I was just showing off my crochet stuff. Primarily my Whooper dolls. I mean my Axolotl Monster Friend dolls that are not... They bear resemblance to other things, but anything they bear resemblance to, they are not. Okay, so don't think that. With completely flexible tails. Available now on Etsy.com/shop/GunterGrabs. Paldean Whooper will be coming soon. But you can get OG Whoopers now. I've already sold 2 of them. Those are very cute. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, let's decide how to do this. I'm thinking because Remnant is a little bit more relevant right now, we go over his. We'll save a Cheetos for later in case, like, we don't have anything else to do. We'll save this to Politics Reacts. XU out. As funny as it would be to go over a Cheetos first and say Remnant isn't as relevant, it's just not true. Like, Remnant is more relevant than a Cheeto is right now. Which is very sad, but it is what it is. Okay. Alright. I guess we gotta do stuff. I guess we gotta do some juice. The kids need the juice. Redeemed flex. Boom. Sorry, I try to check the redeems on Twitch. I should get a notification thing for them. Like I should make a sound thing for the Twitch requests because I don't always see them. I'm not as muscular as I once was. I will be working on it soon. But I felt confident today, so that's why I have this sleeveless shirt. I've also been my arms have been healing. I have spots on my arms from acne. I would pick at it a lot, but I have been abstaining and it's been healing, so. It's funny how Remnant tries to sound like he doesn't hate gay people even though he calls them a sin. It's spineless pussy shit. Like, do you hate them or not? Like, if their lifestyle, quote-unquote, is a sin, then you hate them. Just say it. But we'll get into it. I don't think this person likes me very much. The person in question is named Remnant777. He has made one other video on me specifically. Which I believe, can we scroll back and see it real quick? Let's see if we can find it. Oh yeah, he loves his AI generated thumbnails. Very good stuff. Loves his AI generated thumbnails. Where are you at? I think we went a little bit too far. There I am. Okay, so this is supposed to be me. He literally AI generated me for some reason. Looks nothing like me, to be honest. Like, it hits all the high points, but somehow the facial structure just isn't lining up with what I am. But yeah, that's me. And I do think that he does hate the gay people. I think he hates gay people, and he's too much of a pussy to just admit it. So yes, the thumbnail's accurate. He does hate gay people. I will give him props. He did not use an AI generated image this time. Dubsy, please put in some applause for our friend Remnant here. Very good stuff. Progress. That's progress. Violence. That's based, he says. So this is a response to a video that you may not have seen yet because I never uploaded it. I live streamed it, but I never actually got around to putting it in the Google Drive for Dubsy to edit. So I don't know if I'm going to do that at this point anymore. I don't know if I really care to. But from what I've been told from people close to me who have seen the video, because I have not yet, is that he takes a lot of things out of context. He... you know, I don't want to poison the well or anything, so I'll stop there. Apparently, he takes some things out of context, but I will let the video speak for itself. If there's anything that is taken out of context or anything that I disagree with, obviously I do not think violence is based. I do not advocate for violence. So, miss the Alec biceps, you can always rewind, my friend. I do not advocate for violence. I never have and never will. Only in self-defense do I do that. So I do not think violence is based, actually. In fact, I think that the violence being committed against the Palestinian people is very wrong. I think the violence being committed against gay and trans people in America is very wrong. I think the violence being committed against people of color is very wrong. All things I'm sure Remnant would agree with me 1,000%, if I had to guess. So, let's take a look at Radical Leftist confirms everything I said. The right deserves it. Oh yeah, I should also mention he had a little boost in popularity because you might notice 453,000 people have seen this video. He can thank Daddy Tectone for that. Tectone has now seen my face, so hello Tectone if you're seeing this. I don't really like you from what I've heard of you. I've never really gone over you or seen you. He also has a few allegations against him apparently, so there's that. Streaming personality John Tectone has addressed recent allegations made by his ex-girlfriend and fellow Twitch streamer Pink Chew against his father. To those unaware, political streamer Hassan Hassanabi recently claimed that Tectone's father was convicted of 14 counts of sexual assault while serving in the United States military. Let's see. Pink Chew had previously alleged that her relationship with Tectone involved abuse, harassment, and exploitation, as well as sexual assault. Now, responding to these allegations, Tectone has stated during his broadcast, when you guys get to see how false, hopefully you guys get to see how false the allegations are within the next 3 fucking years. Hopefully. Guys, I'll be real. I went to the police yesterday. Hey, let's hurry this shit up. Like, legit, I got my lawyers and said, hey, let's hurry this shit the fuck up. I've been waiting 7 months. I've been waiting 7 months for these people to reach out to me. Seems trustworthy enough. So, he does deny the allegations. It is still just alleged sex offender, okay? Alleged sex offender Tectone has seen Remnant 77's videos, and so Daddy glazed him a little bit, and so he got a little boost in numbers. Congratulations, man. Good for you. With that being said, let's take a look.
A few weeks ago, I released a video called How the Radical Left
I remember that one.
Dehumanizes the Right. And dozens of people said that I misrepresented the radical left. I strawmanned them and I was dishonest with my depiction of them. Which is funny because one of these leftists...
Here, let's read some of these. Hold on.
Dozens of people said that I misrepresented
This video is pure propaganda?
the radical...
I mean, my videos are propaganda too. Like, anybody who does political content is a propagandist. I just think that my propaganda is good and makes the world better.
left. I strawmanned
Nice straw man. I forget if he used straw mans.
them and I was
I wouldn't put it
dishonest
past
with
him. I love. Hold on. Okay. I love how you say the left misrepresents the right, which is true in many ways, but go through the entire video completely misrepresenting the left. The left, sure, like, there are instances of the left misrepresenting the right, but it happens way more in the opposite direction. Like, call me biased, and I suppose I am, but, like, I'm a leftist for a reason. You know, I'm a progressive person for a reason. I think that conservatives just don't make the world a nice place to live, and I think they often don't even understand the consequences of their own beliefs. But when I point it out to them, they get indignant and upset just because I'm pointing out facts, like, you know, hating gay people or calling gay people sinful, right? That's not hating them. That's just saying that, like, God hates them. You know, saying that makes the world a worse place to live. And it does. You are making the world a worse place to live by saying that. I don't think that's a misrepresentation at all.
my depiction of them.
What a straw man. This Nazi far-right MAGA grifter is not deserving of empathy, life, or respect. I think that everybody's deserving of life. I just think that Nazis happen to deserve less freedom in their life.
Which is funny
Typical right-wing garbage, always making yourselves out to be the victim. True.
because one of these
This is an incredibly dumb video. I pity those of you who eat up this BS. Also true.
leftists I featured in the video, he reacted to it on a live stream. He absolutely owned me. He
That's me.
debunked me. He crushed me by saying, I'm correct. He agreed with the things I said, and then he proceeded to do all the
Did I?
things I claimed about the left on stream. Whenever I made a claim about what the left thinks, I stated their beliefs. 9 times
The radical left thinks that Trump voters are Nazis. I think that there are, like, if you are a Nazi, I have family members who voted for Trump who are not Nazis. Okay? I do not think that everybody who voted for Trump is a Nazi. I think Nazis were far more likely to have voted for Trump. I can't imagine a Nazi voting for Kamala Harris. Remnant is certainly welcome to contest that. But if you are a Nazi and you vote and you voted in 2024, I'm certain that you probably either voted for Donald Trump or Jill Stein. Because Jill Stein actually was endorsed by the KKK, which I didn't know until I looked it up. I thought the KKK endorsed Donald Trump. But no, I guess Donald Trump wasn't quite far right enough for them, so they endorsed Jill Stein instead, which was interesting. But yeah, I can't think of any instance in which a Nazi would vote for a black and Indian woman.
out of 10, he would
For
agree
president.
with me, and he would say
That's me.
based or true.
Again, sorry, I'll stop saying that.
Their goal is to simply radicalize, polarize, and isolate their own audience.
Based. We should not have discourse with people who have shit opinions. I don't want discourse with those people.
We're supposed to punch Nazis, but you know what
True.
Nazis are also? They're fascists.
Yeah, fucking, like, that's true. Like, punching Nazis is good. We should do that more often.
Nazis are fascists, but what is fascism,
True.
you may ask? When they
Dog, everybody dies and you make the world worse. So if you die, then the world is slightly less worse. I don't want people to kill. That's true. That's true. Like, if some of these people were to die tomorrow, the world would objectively be a better place to live. And they think the same about us, by the way. Don't make any mistake about it. Like, what do you think is going to happen when fucking Joe Biden kicks the bucket? You think they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so sad. Oh, this guy that we've been calling, like, a radical, horrific communist leftist wants to institute open border policies and have all the brown people kill and rape our daughters and wives, right? Oh, we're so sad that he's dead. That'd be an inconsistency in your logic, man. Like, no, if you actually do think those things, I think it'd be really weird if you were sad that Joe Biden died. You think that he, like, fucking opened the borders and let brown people rape your daughters or whatever. That's fucked. Kill you, okay? I don't think that you should be killed.
I don't want to kill you.
I would much prefer, like, that's Am I the literally, Joker like, now? It's not like I actively want you. I would so much more prefer that you reform and become a better person. Yeah. But in lieu of that, you are making the world the worst place, and I wouldn't care if you disappeared.
In this one clip,
Yes.
I literally repeated
Nothing I said there was wrong.
what he said before he stated it.
He's saying that I call everybody else Nazis and fascists, which I do, because they all disagree with me.
Means to me, and what fascism means to me.
That's true. I can't believe that, I can't believe this Alec Gunter guy thinks that everybody who disagrees with him is a Nazi, and that's actually an unironic opinion that he holds, and that wasn't at all a joke. I can't believe that.
Is simply whatever I disagree with. That
True.
infringes
See, I
on
told
my
you.
free- How did I do it? Well, it's because my claims about the radical left.
In all seriousness, man, I don't feel like I have to seriously address that dumb fucking point. Your IQ is like below room temperature, and you won't understand it even if I explain it to you. No, everybody who does not agree with me is not a Nazi. Obviously. Okay? There are plenty of leftists who disagree with me on plenty of things. All right? Like there are leftists who think that Bernie is a piece of shit. You know? They're still leftists. I disagree with them, but, you know, like, they're not a Nazi. Like, this is like, you really honestly don't... I thought comedy was legal. I thought Daddy Elon made comedy legal again, but I guess not.
are true. And these communists, they agree with me. Exactly as fascists again? Literally everybody who voted for Trump. Half of the American population.
True.
That is fascist. But wait, if you're fascist, that
I was
means
literally
you're a
joking.
Nazi. And if you're a Nazi...
This man doesn't understand jokes. Remember, like in the first video? Here, let's pull this up real quick. This gem. For those who were here. Give me just a second. Here we go.
Hey, I'm a...
Which was 32 minutes, mind you. Let's see if I can find this. Where's the part where he says, like, he makes fun of me for, like, saying that, like, something about testosterone levels in newborn babies. And he, like, didn't understand that it was a joke. Or, like, an exaggeration. Because he doesn't understand rhetoric. Wait, is this it?
Clearly did not watch it through. They just watch you say, this guy hates gay pseudoscience video rather than talking about disability. People want joke mushroom things are otherwise mutilate America. Because you're interested.
No. I think it's further back. I can't find it. Basically what happened was, like, what I said was, like, I don't think it's completely useless to study the testosterone levels in infants. Like, we might find that it's like 1,000 or something, or like 100,000 or something. And I was being, what's the word? Hyperbolic. He doesn't understand hyperbole. And so I said that, and he took it seriously. He's like, you think that babies have 100,000 T? That's not even possible in an adult. And I'm just like, are you fucking, like, are you stupid, man? Yes, you are, but, like, you know, because I know he's watching this, but, you know, you don't understand, like, hyperbole or how the English language works.
It's good if
So of course he
bad
doesn't
things
get
happen
jokes
to you.
either.
You see what I mean?
True.
These are
Listen, I don't want bad things to happen to Trump voters, okay? At the same time, if something bad happens as a result of Trump to a Trump voter, I don't care. Yeah.
Yep, he says that it's based if
Yes.
bad things happen to you if you vote for Trump. He said it as a...
I didn't say that! Did I just say that? Is this guy even listening to a fucking word that I'm saying? I literally thought that he would take me out of context. This is not even taken out of context. That's just not what I said. He's just lying. You're just a fucking liar, man. That's great.
joke, right? It was just a joke, right? Now, it could be that these things are...
No, it wasn't even a joke. All I said was, and I'll try this again slowly for those of you who are lower IQ in the room, okay? I said, I don't want bad things to happen to Trump voters. I don't. Okay? That guy, that fucker, whoever died at the Trump rally, if I could rewind, if somebody gave me a button, right? And they said, okay, you can rewind time and stop him from getting killed. Right? I'd press it. I'd be like, yeah, he shouldn't have been killed. Okay? He didn't deserve it. But, like, at the same time, I just don't care that much. He didn't mean anything to me, and the little that I knew about him told me that he was a piece of shit. Okay? So I don't give a shit that he's dead. Fuck him. I don't care.
They're jokes, like he says. But the problem is
that
it's the
slow enough
same
for you?
Radical left that is fine with telling people
Voosh.
that they're not allowed to make jokes because of their harmful impact. You're not allowed to joke about so many things because this has a real...
You said this in the original stream, but he cut it out. I just don't think that even what he used was bad. Like, nothing, like, even if he's trying to take me out of context, he's doing a piss poor job of it. Like, I don't think he knows how this works, how to do this.
World impact on people, on society at large. This is the same
Hold on, I gotta go back.
same radical left that is fine with telling people that they're not allowed to make jokes because of their harmful impact. You're not allowed
When did
to
we
joke
say
about
that?
so many things because this has a real world impact on people, on society at large. This is the same guy to get butthurt over Trump making a joke about Kamala and Biden.
Joe Biden became
Come on.
mentally impaired. Kamala was born that way.
Holy shit. So he actually is just calling her the R slur without calling her that. Like, that's just a... Yeah, I don't expect that from my fucking president, man. That's unprofessional. That's, like... Are you tone deaf? Do you care about people with mental disabilities? Because I do. I know you probably don't, but, like, I personally don't think that it behooves the president of the United fucking States to make statements that might imply that, like, those who are not as mentally capable as the rest of us are somehow lesser. Okay, I expect better.
If you think about it,
Yet he's perfectly fine with making quote-unquote jokes about attacking half of the population. You're openly fine with just calling anybody you disagree
If half of the population is shitty, then yeah. Like, I joke about plenty of people. I joke about trans people. Like, what are you talking? Like, jokes are fine. Comedy is legal, okay? I have legalized comedy. Once again, you are allowed to make jokes. It's fine. You can even make racist jokes. There are even some jokes about mentally impaired people that are funny. Okay? And I laugh. And sometimes they're shitty jokes, but I still laugh because they're funny. Yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't think that the fucking, once again, the president of the United States should be speaking like that. That's kind of shitty.
with a Nazi, and then immediately posting that we should hit the
Nazis, by definition, want to commit violence against you. Therefore, punching Nazis will always be self-defense. True.
those quote-unquote Nazis. So if that's the case, what does it
Also, I never called you a Nazi, man. When did I ever call you a fucking Nazi? You're a dipshit. You're a Christian. You're probably... Sorry, is he a Christian? Yeah, I think he's Christian. You're, I didn't mean that derogatorily, though. There are plenty of Christians in my audience. You're a Christian... Is he a Christian nationalist? I don't know if he self-identifies as that, but he comes off that way. Some could argue that you're a fascist. He's too dumb to be a Nazi. That's pretty true. Nazis are dumb, though. A lot of them are. But I never called you a Nazi. I never said that. And the fact that, like, I said that about Nazis and you took offense to that... If the boot fits, man...
say about you when you're fine with joking about
I didn't say
harming
it.
people you disagree with? What does that say? That's a
Okay, Nazis are not people that I disagree with. Nazis are fucking cancer. Okay? They are ass tumors on the butt cheeks of society that must be excised. Alright? In an ideal society, we would take these people and educate them so that they are no longer the way that they are, or at least subdue them. But in lieu of that, like, I don't care what happens to these horrific monsters. Okay? They're Nazis. I thought we were past this. I thought we all decided that Nazis are bad. Are Nazis bad anymore? I thought that Nazis were bad. Yeah, I don't give a shit what happens to them.
glorified
They're
way of
Nazis.
just saying,
Fuck them.
We need to attack people I disagree with, regardless
totally,
of what
man.
they actually are. Comedy, after all, is just a way of safely talking about and discussing uncomfortable truths. Imagine if I pulled these exact same
Comedy is not just a safer way of talking about uncomfortable truths, man. What? No. Comedy is an art style, a rhetorical art style that makes people laugh. Not always rhetorical, but if you're doing like stand-up, then yeah, it is. It's entertainment. It's a rhetorical art style that's meant to be funny and entertaining. That's comedy. You can make statements about stuff while you're being a comedian, but first and foremost, it's just an art form designed to make people laugh. And if you make people laugh, congratulations, you're good at comedy.
tactics that Alec Gunter agreed to and found funny with the mental gymnastics of calling Trump supporters Nazis. I made that whole correlation and
I
he
never
agreed
said
to
that.
it. Imagine if I did that to the left, though, which we certainly can. Imagine if I
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. What he's about to say, probably, if I have to guess, Yeah, I'll let him say it.
Said, rape is bad. But you know who were rapists? Soviets. Soviets were...
Okay, I was wrong. He's, there was a similar, message that our friend here sent to me, because he's in my DMs, if you can believe that. I originally reached out to him, to be fair, so I started the discourse between us in the DMs. But I reached out asking if he wanted to have a conversation before I replied to him, I think. Or did I say before? Hold on. He also asked me what a grapevine is because I told him I heard through the grapevine that you saw a video I made covering you. That's what it was. I saw the video, reacted to it, and then reached out to him. That's what it was. Because I told him, like, I don't want to misrepresent your ideas. And then he said, yeah, that's fine. And then he watched the video that I made about him, and he backed out. He's like, no, I don't want to do it, actually. I think you'll be dishonest. And then he sent me the video reply that he made. And then so that was last year on July 16th. Here, hold on. Here we go. We're leaking DMs today, boys. So on July 16th, last year, he sent me this, made a response video to answer the things you mentioned. And I didn't reply, I just responded to the video on my stream. And then a month later, he said, I'm gonna make a video talking about trans people soon. Be sure to react to it. People don't seem to watch your channel unless I'm in your thumbnail. Which is great because, like, my most viewed videos are like my debates. People love the debates. That's like the juiciest juice. I said, hit me up when you're ready for a big boy convo. Until then, piss off. And then he said, I don't wrestle with pigs. It only gets me as dirty as you. So he had already said no. Then, like a month ago, sorry, less than a month ago, it was actually a week ago. This was not the original message. I opened my phone, because you know how Discord works with notifications. I see on the front of the notification, it says, if I posted hashtag, let me see if I can get this right. If I posted hashtag kill your or hunt down your local pedophile, right? But then I also said that gay and trans people are all pedophiles. Would it be justified for me to hunt them down and kill them? Right? That was originally what this message said. And then I go in to respond to it, and he had by then edited it so that it says this now. So now it says, hey, Alec Gunter, I actually think it'd be fun to talk. Can't tomorrow, but I can soon in like a day or two. Let's talk about the recent live stream you just had. So he went into my VODs, I guess. Somebody might have told him or something, or who knows, maybe he's stalking me, who's to say. But he went into my live stream playlist, my VOD playlist, decided to watch that, and was not very happy with me. So then I replied, I said, I saw your original message, bud. Lamau, you ain't slick. But sure, I'll humor you. I got a busy schedule this month and into July, but I'll try to squeeze you in. It's like, dude, just commit to a message. If you're gonna, like, edit the message so that it doesn't say anything close to what the original said, don't send the original. It's a pussy move, man. He says, damn, and you couldn't get yourself to reply to it despite knowing the answer. Did I not screenshot the last one? Here, hold on. I'm missing one screenshot. So then he says, alright, FYI, I'm releasing a new vid on you soon. Up to you on when you want to talk, but thought you would want to know sooner rather than later. I said, sounds riveting, thanks for letting me know. So, here we are. The nuttiest nut. wears a helmet because even his cartoon are ugly. I won't comment on that. I think his avatar looks... Well, I will comment on it. I think his avatar looks fine, especially because it's not AI generated like a lot of his stuff is. But, like, it also is very indicative of his political views, in my opinion. The fucking helmet with the suit. Like, come on, man. He was trying to get you to say something incriminating by editing the question. I don't know. All I'm saying is commit to your fucking DMs.
We're known for the greatest mass rape in history. But you know what the Soviets were? Even if I said rape is bad. But you know who were
That's
rapists? Soviets. Soviets were known for the greatest mass rape in history. But you know what the Soviets were? They were communists and socialists. Oh wait, that's bad. Because you know what
Dog, I never fucking called you a Nazi. Jesus Christ.
socialists are? They're
I just called you a bad person,
and you know
which you are.
The Soviets were? They were rapists. Imagine if the rights did that to you, Alec Gunter.
The
Imagine
mental
if the
gymnastics
rights
is
called you a bunch
insane.
of rapists. That would be horrible and wrong, and it would be untrue. Though according to Alec Gunter's logic, he wouldn't be opposed to calling people things like that he just disagrees with. After all, that Trump supporter that randomly got shot, he said that we...
Oh my god. Dude, it was literally a fucking joke. Obviously, people disagree with me and they're not Nazis. Christ, like, I'm sorry that, like, the joke didn't get through your thick fucking skull.
don't know if
Maybe take the helmet off and you'll hear better next time. I
he
don't know.
abused his children. We don't know that or not.
For all we know, he was a fucking child. Okay? I'm not saying
true.
he was. We have no evidence that he was. But, like, conservatives are far more likely to be child.
That's also
Like,
true.
we don't know. But, like, it's possible. It's possible. So, like, yeah, I mean, like...
Flawless logic right there. Not only is he demanding evidence to disprove...
I was just throwing it out there, man. Sorry, it is true that conservatives are far more likely to abuse their fucking kids. Let's say, for instance, that you have a gay child, which you're not going to have any children because you'll never get laid. But let's just say in this fantastical world that you somehow managed to hit up a chick and she has sex with you, okay? Wild, I know, but let's just run with it. So she gets knocked up, you have a kid, and now he's gay, okay? And you, being a person that thinks being gay is sinful or whatever, decide to send him to conversion therapy, okay? Whereby they torture him and try to get him to not be gay anymore. And that doesn't work, so you kick him out of your fucking house or whatever, okay? You are far more likely to do that if you are a conservative. Yes, I am totally fine with saying conservatives are far more likely to abuse their kids than progressives are, okay? Prove me wrong.
a claim he's making about them. You need evidence to prove that
Nice
you're
R
not
slur,
a
very
child,
good.
which is backwards. But it's really funny. He's extremely
That's me.
inconsistent about
I remember
this,
that.
because if we were consistent, we could
I was going for Catboy. So this was I think this was like for what, 500 subs? I was going for Catboy. I ended up looking more like a raccoon, unfortunately, because I don't know how makeup works. Also, that dress was hella tight. Like, I ordered triple XL from Japan, and their sizes are tiny. So I was struggling like a goddamn rabid animal trying to get out of that thing. Like, I got it on barely, and then getting it off was like trying to rip my skin off. Like, it was bad.
Because if
Anyway,
we were
that was a fun
consistent,
stream.
we could make some really funny claims that he would not agree with. But let's play along with his logic. He says that conservatives are more likely to abuse their children. So if something bad happens to them, who knows? Maybe they were a child abuser. You don't know. We don't have evidence to prove that they weren't. Let's apply that exact same logic. But instead, this time, a black person dies to police officer. If we used Alec Gunter's logic and reasoning, we could
George Floyd was strangled to death, man. Good stuff, though.
say, well, who cares? It was just a black person. Black people are more likely
Dude, come on. Come on. Conservatives, by definition, just have shit opinions. Okay? Like, at least some. And they like, those opinions tend to make the world a worse place to live. So, like, if some... and by the way, like, I wouldn't even necessarily feel as strongly as I do about whatever the fuck his name was at the Trump rally if I hadn't seen his goddamn tweets. Like, the man literally said, fuck the Palestinians, I don't care if they die. Like, that's almost verbatim what he said on Twitter. So, yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, he was a shitty person, okay? He occupies 0% of my headspace. Should he have died? No. He shouldn't have died. The guy should fucking be alive today. But guess who fucking killed him? One of yours. Okay? So once again, conservatives tend to just be worse fucking people. Of course there are bad people on the left. Of course there are shitty progressive people, okay? Plenty of them. Progressive people do bad shit all the time. But conservatives tend to do it way more often on a much larger scale, and when there's evidence that he was a shitty person, I don't care that much that he died. I just don't care. And that's the normal fucking position anyway. You also think the same thing about people that you don't like. And if you don't, like, that's just kind of weird. You can be like, yeah, he should have died, but I also don't like him that much, so whatever. That's a normal fucking position to have, man. I just don't understand this, like, pearl-clutching fucking weird pussy shit. Shut up.
To be criminals and commit crime, and we don't know if this person was a criminal. We don't have any evidence.
Yeah, let's compare black people to conservatives. That's very good.
They weren't a criminal. Flawless law.
We're doing a little bit of racism here. Not a Nazi though. Definitely not a Nazi, which I'm not calling him one. But he's definitely not helping his case.
Right there, Alec Gunter.
Good stuff.
You just justified.
Why do black people commit more crimes on average, man? Can we talk about that? Is that an internal conflict? Is that something that is just inherent to being black, is having a larger proclivity for committing crime? Okay, because that sounds a little bit like, you know, some, what is it called? Scientific racism? Right? Or is it the fact that if you are in worse economic circumstances, you're more likely to commit crime? Right? You're more likely to have an abusive childhood, which leads to you not, you know, if you have a bad upbringing, you're just more likely to commit crime. If you have poor financial straits, you're just more likely to commit crime that way. Like, that's how that works. And because the black community in America has been horrifically abused by their white counterparts throughout history, like throughout the history of the country, they're more likely to commit crime. It's circumstances outside of their control. Obviously, individual responsibility exists, and they still should not commit those crimes. But the trend exists nonetheless for a reason beyond their control. Okay? That's why.
Racial stereotypes. After all, it's fine as
yeah,
long
I sure
as the
did, man.
statistics back you
I
up.
fucking hate
But he's
this,
not going to
man.
agree to that because he doesn't think that far ahead, and he's not honest nor logically
He's so smug
consistent
too.
Because
you can like
he's an
smell
idiot.
the fucking
But it's really
smug on
funny.
him.
He constantly says over and over, "I don't condone violence. Trust me, bro. I don't condone violence." But what does he have to say about violence? What's his opinions on it? Why shouldn't you condone
already said
violence
that.
according to him? Thankfully, he gives us our reason right here. They don't overtly condone violence. They don't. That would get them banned off of YouTube.
This is
Or
me
worse,
again.
They could possibly be imprisoned because that's
Yeah, I don't condone violence.
illegal. And the left is not known for being brave, mind you.
It's also practical to not go to jail. Like that's practical. Like, I can't do shit from jail or prison. Like, that's a practical choice as well. Even if I did condone as well. What does that mean, man? I've never condoned violence except in self-defense. This is the only time. Violence, which I don't. I literally, like, this is not like, I don't condone violence, guys. Don't hurt people. It's not worth it. And you'll get in trouble, and it's usually bad. Don't do that. But, like, if I did condone... Yes, usually bad! It is usually bad to fucking hurt people. Sometimes it's not. Like in self-defense. You dumb fuck! Condone violence, okay? Like... Shit, I just lost my train of thought. Ah! Okay, I was saying it's a practical choice. Sorry. So, like, even if I did condone that, like, I wouldn't condone it, like, openly. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't want to get in trouble.
According to him, it's usually bad. But first and primarily,
He
it's
also thinks that!
impractical. Literally what I said in the video.
You're
These
so
people are
stupid, man.
cowards, And the reason why they don't openly condone violence is not because it's immoral, it's because it's impractical, or rather, it will get you thrown in prison.
It's like it goes in one ear, not the other. Like, why do I even continue watching this? He has nothing of value to add to this discussion.
Which is funny because according to him, if we literally apply what he says, that means
It's all straw mans and misconstruing my fucking points and, like, just generally not listening to the fucking words coming out of my mouth.
we can't take what he says at face value. I'm
And
gonna leave
taking
it up
things
to
out of
you guys
context.
to decide what he actually believes, whether he means it or not, or he's simply saying it to be legally safe. If he was a radical communist that wanted to kill Christians, the people he hates, he flat out said, then he wouldn't overtly say it. You would have to read into it, especially considering
I don't hate all Christians. Many of the people that I do hate happen to be Christians because Christianity tends to be a good medium to spread hatred and bad ideas and bigotry. But I don't hate all Christians. I think I think the world would be better off without religion. But there are plenty of Christians in my community, man. And they all agree with me and fucking despise you. So what does that say? Like, I don't understand.
how he says it's usually wrong to advocate for violence. It's only usually wrong. It's kind of gray with him. He loves things that are gray. When it comes to calling people fascist, he loves that being gray because it makes it easy to label people he disagrees with a horrible, evil thing. So why wouldn't he make violence morally gray? That means we have to inspect and read into what he says to figure out what he truly believes, especially when you laugh at a person
That's not
having
true.
death threats made against.
I'm sorry that you don't personally understand the things that I believe because your brain is mush, but like I feel like I'm pretty clear. Being gay is fine. It's not a sin. And if you say it's a sin, you probably just hate gay people, even if you don't think you do. You do. You think that your God hates gay people enough to call it a sin and send them to hell. Okay? So if you worship that guy that hates gay people and sends them to hell, you hate gay people. And you're just too pussy to say it.
Against them.
People like her, they deserve a bullet. They really do.
Ooh, the fucking way.
I do not condone violence.
Yeah, when a guy says we should blow out your brains
Comedy's
for saying
illegal.
one word, that's so funny. Ha ha, he he. Tell me, Alec Gunter, what's so funny?
Comedy's
about it?
illegal.
If you're laughing
It's
at them,
illegal.
you
No
probably
more.
don't think it's that big of an issue if something happens to them.
Like, I'm fearful of your children, and I hope that they get removed.
Good. They should call CPS. She called a 4-year-old the N-word. Yeah. Yes. Call CPS. Sure. Fuck it. Like, yeah, that's what we're supposed to do, right?
You explicitly
Yes.
stated and agreed that her children should be taken away from her because she called
I said call CPS. I said call CPS and have her investigated. That's what I said. I did not at any point say that she should have her fucking children taken away from her. Why are you putting words in my mouth? Who eats this garbage? Fuck, man.
called a child an N-word. My goodness, if that's the case, Alec
And also, like, maybe she should have her children taken from her. I don't know. But, like, she should be investigated for that. I don't think that's an ideal scenario, for sure. Okay? But, like, yeah, if she's abusing her kids, which, if you're calling a 4-year-old the fucking N-word, that's usually a good indication that you're not good with kids. So, yeah, call CPS. Like, it's not a fucking crime to say somebody should have CPS called on them. Sorry. Like, if anything, like, I find it weird that you're saying that I shouldn't. That's weird. She called a 4-year-old the fucking N-word, man, because he was, like, digging through her purse. Are you defending her? Do you defend that behavior? Do you think that makes a good parent? Like, having CPS called on you... I'm sorry, it's just like they'll investigate you, and if they don't find anything, then they'll leave. Be a good parent, and if you have CPS called on you, then you'll be fine. Calling a 4-year-old the N-word does not bode well for your case, though.
Gunter, Lord forbid you go into a Call of Duty lobby where tons of black kids are getting called the N-word. You would probably get a
He was
heart
fucking 4!
and it wouldn't be caused by your diet.
Oh my god.
Again, guys, where am I misrepresenting?
Oh no, a picture of me with a double
And it wouldn't be
chin.
caused by your diabetes.
My diabetes, yeah, man. I put on a little bit of weight. What of it? I can still bench you soaking wet.
Again, guys, where am I misrepresenting the left? I said this is what they believe. I said this is
How
what
does
they...
how does he show this next to, like, the other one? Like, just because I have a double chin here and I put on a little weight for a little bit. Like, how do you do
Representing the
this?
left. I said
Call me
this is-
diabetic and then immediately show, like, a perfectly good... I think I look great here. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you calling me fat, man? Where did that come from? You don't even show your fucking body. Post pics. You don't got the balls.
what they believe. I said this is what they do. I said this is how they think, and he confirmed all of it. If you think I'm manipulating the video, I'm leaving things out, I'm going to link his video,
You're literally
his
lying.
live stream, if he still keeps it up, in the description. Feel free to watch it yourself. He says he's against advocating for violence, not because it's immoral, usually. He didn't mention morality at all. No, just
Idiot! Hey, Katie! Katie? Katie! Hold on. I'm feeling threatened and I need my wife's emotional support. She's coming. Don't say that. He'll take it as 100% serious. Okay, wait. Remnant 777. Since I know you're watching this, what I just said was a joke. That's what we call it. I don't actually feel offended by... Well, I feel offended by your very existence, but I don't actually feel threatened by you in any way. I don't need my wife's emotional support right now. I just need her to prove that you're a piece of shit and a dumbass. So, this guy, Remnant77, made a video about me. And in it, he gets on my ass for saying that violence is usually bad.
Okay.
What is wrong with that statement?
What is wrong with saying that violence is usually bad?
He says the word usually is, like, wrong.
Violence is such a weird topic. I mean, the fact that you've used usually makes me go like, I don't think that that's an incorrect statement. I think that we should evolve to a point as a species where we don't ever feel the need to use violence, but clearly that day has not come. So expecting people to, like, condemn all violence, like, is reasonable, but also, if somebody comes up to me and punches me in the face, and I think that they're going to continue punching me, I'm gonna kick them in the nuts if it's a dude.
And that's violence.
Or, yes.
You just committed an act of violence.
I did.
In self-defense.
Yes.
Thank you. That's my only fucking point. And he's like such a pussy. Like, he's like, oh my god, like, violence is never bad, guys. Oh, no, I'm a pacifist. Oh, no, I'm just a little birthday boy. I'm like, dude, when I say that, like, you're being incredibly bad faith. You also think that self-defense is justified. I assume. Like...
It's a really...
I just needed to make sure that I'm not the crazy one.
No, you're not. And I hope... I guess the way I see it is, like, I hope that there never comes a time in anybody's life or existence where they feel like they have to use violence to get themselves out of a situation where they could be hurt. But if that happens, then I want you to do what you have to do to protect yourself.
Thank you. By the way, Remnant, this is what a wife looks like.
Hi.
Enjoy it.
I'm a wife.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
It's impractical. But let's say that he was in favor of violence. Who would it be against exactly? It'd probably be against the people he hates. Probably be against just Christians. That's the problem he has with me. He said in his video, he hates me.
Like, shut the f up, man. Okay?
I do.
I hate you. I hate you. You're a piece of shit. I hate you. I'm fine with hating you, and I'm fine admitting that I hate you. You're a stain on the internet. You. Why is he cooking himself like this?
Why? Well, it's because
violence isn't the answer, it's the question. Sometimes is the answer.
Sake, thank you very much for 2 tier 1 gifted subs. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, sometimes is the answer. Yeah, very rarely. I consider it violence if you shoot somebody. If I asked most people, hey, is it violence if I shoot somebody? They'd say, yeah, it is. If I shoot somebody in self-defense, that's using violence in self-defense. This is not complicated.
Because I'm a Christian, and he says that
No, it's not because you're a Christian, man. It's because your opinions are dog shit and you make the world a worse place to live.
gay people simply because I'm Christian. He equates...
No, I said you hate gay people because you said that being gay is sinful. If being gay is sinful, that means that God will send them to hell for being gay. And if God sends somebody to hell, eternal suffering and damnation, mind you, for being gay, I think it's reasonable to assume that that God hates gay people. And if you worship that man, you also hate gay people by default. It's not complicated.
It's being Christian to hating gay people. According to him, you don't need anything else.
I still believe that he hates gay people, and he can say that it's not hating. I just think it's immoral. Yeah, you hate gay people, dude. You think they're going to hell? All right. If nothing else, you believe that your God is sending gay people to hell. If that's not hatred, I don't know what is. Because you love your God, and if your God is sending people to hell, and you still love him, then you must hate the people going to hell. I don't know how else I can interpret that.
And just so you know,
that's
this
literally
guy is
true.
Incredibly dishonest and uncharitable.
What was dishonest about that? You don't even have a response, man. You're just like, oh, look at this thing he said that I didn't like. Oh, woe's me. Oh, little Christian boo-boo-hoo-hoo honey bunny over here. Oh no, like I feel personally offended by that. I didn't like that one bit. But you have no argument. Your God says that being gay is a sin. Your God sends people who sin to hell. Eternal damnation. Suffering for all eternity. If that is not hating somebody, I don't know what is. I wouldn't want you to go to hell. But you want gay people to. Right? You do. And you can say that you don't. You can say, oh, well, I want to save them. Save them from what? Being gay? Yeah. If they're still gay when they die, you want them to go to hell. And if you don't, then stop worshiping the guy who sends them there.
Meaning, it would be wrong of me.
It's not
to be
that
very
hard.
charitable for him. If he's going to hold me and people like me to such a high level of scrutiny, you have to do the same for them.
The most charitability I can possibly give you is that you are too stupid to understand what you believe and the implications thereof. That is the most I am willing to provide you. Maybe you don't actually hate gay people in your brain, but the consequences of your beliefs means that gay people go to eternal damnation. Okay? Maybe you don't think that's hating gay people, but if you support the guy that sends them there, you fucking hate gay people.
He literally, in my video, hinted at the idea that me giving a hypothetical of a white woman being killed by a black guy, but she called him the N-word right before it happened. He literally hinted at the idea that the examples I gave in the video were racist, that only such a racist person would even think of such a thing. That's how much...
That's true. Why are you giving me that fucking hypothetical? What do you mean? Oh, this black guy's like killing a woman who is like totally normal and well-to-do and goes to work or whatever and raising kids. And then right as she's getting stabbed, she says a racial slur. And it's like, oh, do you still care that she died? It's like, yeah, I do. Like, she shouldn't have fucking died, okay? Yeah, she shouldn't have. She also shouldn't have said the N-word, but like,
decoupling of the God of Moses and God of Christ would remove a lot of the homophobia, but would also remove most of the powers. They're too cowardly to do that.
Thank you for another tier 1 gifted sub, Saki. Appreciate you. I'll read that in a second. But like a person who is not racist would not scream the N-word when they're being, like, they just wouldn't do it ever. They wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. If some black guy killed me, I wouldn't think to myself, oh, I should say the N-word now. Or I wouldn't even do it out of pocket. The N-word is not part of my vernacular. It's not a word that escapes my lips, ever. Like, why? Like, why would I do that? You're constructing a ridiculous hypothetical, man. If she says the N-word as she's being stabbed by a black dude, she was probably a fucking racist. Only a racist would do that. Sorry. Like, I'm not saying she should have died in that instance. But, like, yeah, she was probably a racist in other areas of her life as well. Okay? That doesn't necessarily make her an all-around bad person, period. It just means that she wasn't perfect and could have used some improvement. But like, why do you think about these things? It's silly. Have you said it before? I'm sure when I was like 16, sure. I haven't said it in a very long time, if I ever did. I don't even remember if I did.
Scrutiny he's putting me under.
That's a scenario that I would think about and put to paper. The white woman's being killed by a black man. And this is, don't worry, I'm not racist, okay? But just imagine, if you will, a white woman being killed by a black man. Everything I'm saying is true. Imagine that, and I'm not racist, and I promise you. Now listen, just hear me out. Now he's so offended. Definitely still not racist.
Yet when it comes to people he agrees
so
with,
offended.
like Hassan, when Hassan explicitly advocates for the death of landlords, he's incredibly charitable. Oh, we can't read too deeply into that, nah.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill those in a video game, sorry. Holy shit.
It's the same reaction every time, man. I'm just... I don't care! Why do you care so much? Think about it for 2 fucking seconds. What is he actually saying? What he's saying is that landlords, by definition, are committing violence by holding housing against people and forcing them to pay money. Okay? Because if you don't pay your landlord, they're gonna fucking kick you to the street and then you're gonna die of the elements. That's violence. You may not consider it violence because it's normal. But landlords do commit violence. Okay? So, like, I just don't care that much when he says that. He shouldn't have fucking said it. It was a stupid thing to say, and I don't think that you should kill landlords, okay? That's not a good thing to do. We should restructure the system so that we don't have landlords anymore. Okay? Landlords should not be a fucking occupation. We should not hold housing against people's finances. That's inhumane. They are committing violence. Okay, the answer is not to kill them. It's to make new policies, put new policies. Because, like, killing them won't even help anyway. Now he's going to clip that and be like, oh my God, like, look, it's not that he thinks that killing landlords is, like, inherently bad. It's that he thinks that it just won't help. So it's like, fuck you, dude. I don't fucking care what you have to say anymore. I'm not watching another one of your stupid, pathetic little fucking cunt videos after this. Sorry. But, like, I just don't, like, I don't care that much, man. It was a spicy joke. That's all it was. But I guess comedy's illegal now. Lord help us. That's our guy. That's our guy, right? Look at him go. Smooth save, man. I don't actually believe that Hassan has a bloodlust.
Hassan wouldn't actually do that. No, he wouldn't actually kill anybody. What a great guy. No, when Hassan says that it's better for white Christian women to get... That's a little too far. Nah, he's going on the edge a little bit there, man.
At least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like...
Didn't I literally say this was a bad take? Like, why would you say this? Like, I understand what he's trying to say, but, like, this was, like, you shouldn't have said this.
In some respects, a little bit better.
So let's recap.
That's wild. That's a wild thing to say. My boy Hassan. He's always got spicy takes, man. He's like, dude, that is, like, so spicy. Base take? I don't think it was a base take. Listen, that's pretty spicy. Like, I don't know how I feel about that one. Like, he tried to word that carefully, condone it. But at the same time, I'm like...
I can't defend him on...
No, I didn't. I literally didn't. But I'm charitable toward Hassan because I think Hassan's overall project is good and positive. And he is making the world a better place in which to live. Sorry, Sake, I never read your message. They said decoupling of the God of Moses and God of Christ would remove a lot of the homophobia, but would also remove most of the powers. They're too cowardly to do that. I can't speak to that, actually. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much. I just, like, I don't really care that much about religion. Except that it usually causes bad things to happen. I just, like, this sounds like a lot of, like pussy shit. Like, and also just not, like, just treating me very uncharitably. I don't think I've treated you uncharitably, man. I can give you an A to B of why you hate gay people. Once again, and I'll try this slowly again for you. You worship a God that deemed gayness, homosexuality, to be a sin. Where does God send sinners? to hell, right? What is hell? Eternal torture and suffering, right? Are we on the same page? So correct me if I'm wrong, okay? But this is my understanding of your beliefs. If I'm wrong about them, then please correct me, seriously. Not that I'll watch the video anyway, but, you know, feel free to, I guess. But if you believe that worshiping a god that sends gay people to eternal suffering is good, that means that you believe sending gay people to hell, eternal suffering, is good, and therefore you hate gay people. This is a very simple equation, man. This is like basic fucking math. And you just like are like, oh, he's uncharitable. He's uncharitable. Oh my god. Oh no. He implied that that I believe bad things, and that hurt me personally. And you have no actual fucking response. Okay? You hate gay people, and you're too fucking pussy to admit it. Either that, or you're too stupid to understand your own beliefs.
Because I'm a filthy communist. But with this one, nah.
I'd be far more charitable on religion if any religious organization or service outperformed their secular equivalents and counterparts. None come close.
That is true. Thank you very much for another 2 tier 1 gifted sub, Sagatanuki. Appreciate you. I want to know why gays go to hell. Then what is the point of God creating them in the first place? It's a good question. Maybe Remnant can answer that in his next video he does on me.
The optics wouldn't look so great with that. These are the people we're dealing with. When it comes to their own side, they're blind. They will not look any further. They're going to have an unlimited amount of charity. When it comes to South Africa, when they say to white people, nah, it's just...
Dude, I had a whole phase where I like shit on Hassan all the time. He brought a Houthi on, and like for half of the fucking interview, he's talking to this Houthi about One Piece. And I'm just sat here like, man, like... Can you use your time more constructively, please? Like, nobody fucking cares about what the Houthi thinks about One Piece. I'm sorry. Like, that's not why he's here. And so, like, I did have some criticisms of him. I have criticisms of everybody I watch. I think Voss should stop saying the fucking R word. Okay? It's lazy. And it offends people in your audience. And you should stop. I still watch him. I still think everything that he does is good for the most part. I think that he can be... pretty mean to his chat, you know. I think that he gets impatient sometimes. As far as actual opinions that I disagree with him on, I would have to think about that one, actually. I'm not sure. I'm sure you could give me a couple. I'm not a fan of the R word either. Yeah. But like with Hassan, another criticism I have of him, when the Russia-Ukraine shit popped off, he was kind of weird about it, right? Like, at first, he was like, oh, there's no way. Like, he was, like, very smug. Like, oh, my God, guys. Oh, here's the Russian invasion of Ukraine. It's definitely happening today. And then it did. Like, it's, like, it was stupid of him to do that because, like, all the pieces were in place. And Vosh was calling it. And many other people were calling it. They're like, Russia's going to invade Ukraine. And Hassan's like, that's not going to happen. And now look at us. I think he's changed since then on Russia and Ukraine. I think that he talks to some people that I don't personally like, and like Bad Empanada. I'm not a big fan of Bad Empanada, though. I might have been a little bit hard on him before. I'm not sure, but like he tends to not have. He has some good takes, but like not usually. So anyway, all that aside, I'm perfectly willing to criticize the people who are on my side of the political divide. It's just that right now, it's not, like, why would I sit here and make a react video to Hassan and, like, nitpick every fucking little thing that he does? When you're sat here hating gay people, which you do. He hates it so much when I say that. You hate gay people, dude. You fucking despise them. Like, imagine wanting an entire group of people who did nothing wrong to you to just suffer needlessly for all eternity. Not even just like for the rest of their lives, not to death, like just for eternity. Yeah, you know, just toss them in the pit, man. Whatever happens, happens. You're there forever. Your eternal soul will, like, I guess you still have a nervous system in hell, so like it's just constant pain and agony and discomfort, and your sole purpose of existing now for the rest of eternity is to suffer and be God's little plaything because you were gay. You dared to like somebody of the same sex and consented to having sex with them. Like, that's such a big sin, man. Well, we got to toss you in the pit. You fucking hate gay people. I don't know how else to say it.
It's metaphorical again. Don't read too deeply into it. When Hassan says death to landlords, he probably doesn't mean it. He wouldn't do it. But when it comes to me saying, if a black man kills a white woman, we got to read into that.
I have a question. If a landlord, if somebody is too poor to afford the house they're living in, and the landlord decides to kick them out, and they have like a 2-year-old child, which happens, you know, this is a hypothetical, but it matches with a lot of real world scenarios, and the landlord kicks them out. Yeah, well, my question is, what do you think of that? You know, like, what do you think of that? Like, if the landlord is like, okay, you're being evicted in 5 days, and like the mom is like, well, I'm sorry, like I got sick, I can't afford rent this month, I really need an extension, I promise you I'll try to get the rent like any way that I can, and the landlord's like, nope, you signed a lease, sorry, you and your kid can go fuck yourselves. Yeah, that landlord sucks, and he's committing violence, in my opinion. What do you think? I wonder if Remnant 777 thinks that's violence. What does he think of that? Do you think he thinks that's violence? Do you think he thinks that when landlords do that, that's a bad thing to do, and that they should be reprimanded for that? Maybe not killed, but like, you know, reprimanded, right? Like, surely that's deserving of some form of punishment or another. I don't believe in the death penalty for anybody. I believe in rehabilitation. So like, I think that that's bad and that deserves reprimand. But like, I'm wondering if Remnant feels the same way.
As a very covert racist
I'd be interested.
thing. Yeah. Why would I?
Or do you think Remnant 777 thinks that violence is actually based? Maybe he's the one who thinks it's based. Who's to say?
Think about that. I'm probably a horrible, evil person for that. Yeah. Saying that makes me racist. And racist people are evil and bad. Unless you're left wing. Then it's fine to talk about and think about white women who are Christian getting... Only then is it fine.
Oh my god, the anti-white racism. You are not helping the fucking Nazi allegations, man. I'm not calling you a Nazi. I'm just saying it wouldn't shock me.
Again, we cannot be charitable, lenient with people who hold us to such high standards. We need to hold these people to their own standards.
It's not holding you to a high standard to say, hey, maybe you shouldn't hate gay people like you do.
You read deeply
such a high standard.
Anything he said
just treat people with decency.
You would know he's lying about what he believes. He believes a lot more that he is not.
Okay, listen. You can say a lot of things about me. You can say my takes are garbage, whatever. But like, I feel like I couldn't lie this well. I'm not capable of that. Like I'm not a good liar, man. I have a horrible poker face. I don't lie. But why would I do that? Like, it takes effort to do that. It's a lot easier to just say the shit that I believe. You can say that I'm stupid or wrong or whatever, but like, I believe all of this. I don't think you're lying. Like, you're lying about me, for sure. I don't think you're lying about your beliefs.
Not saying. I mean, he's fine with overtly saying he hates you, and he doesn't care when horrible bad things happen to you.
Oh my god!
The death penalty asserts that someone, even as a cautionary example, is worth less alive than dead.
Thank you very much for another 2 tier 1 gifted sub, Sake. Yes, exactly. I don't believe in the death penalty, guys. I believe that there is an inherent value to human life, even scumfucks like this. But anyway, yeah, like, if you're not fine saying that you hate somebody, I like, that's fine, you know. It's generally not the best thing to do to hate people or hold hatred in your heart. But I think that hate is perfectly fine and justifiable and even good in many circumstances. People should hate you. Like, and if they don't, they should at the very least disregard you. If you're not the type of person that wants to hate people, that's totally fine and probably healthy. But I think it's fine to hate people like this guy. And healthy, also. I don't know if it'd be healthier to hate this guy or disregard him. Anyway. Point being, like, if you think that I'm like this horrible person who said all these things about you, does that mean that you don't hate me? Even despite that? Or do you just not hate anybody? Do you not, like, it's fine if that's like your position. I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily. But like, I'm still fine saying that I hate you. Because I do.
you. And when people make death
That
threats
doesn't change
against
my
you,
opinion
yeah,
of you.
he's just gonna laugh it off. It's really funny to him. These are the people we're dealing with, and they need to be called out.
Sorry, like, gay and trans people get death threats in their fucking inbox all the time. If you get a death threat from somebody from my audience, you're more than welcome to tell me, and I will ban them. But if you get a death threat in general and you just show up in my inbox saying, look, oh, somebody sent me a death threat. Oh, like, I don't care that much, man. I really don't.
But what would I know?
Deal with your shit.
I'm just a dishonest right-wing guy.
I've
All
gotten
I
death
do is
threats. Deal with it.
misrepresent the left. I couldn't possibly understand what they believe. All I do is curate
True.
this echo chamber. And if you want to be
True.
part of that echo chamber, be sure to subscribe. Again, thank you so much for these new subscribers. Also, special shout out to so many people. There have been people on Reddit and Twitter who have been sharing
Thank you,
my
Daddy
video.
Tectone.
Like, they take
Thank you,
the
Daddy
full video,
Tectone.
they download it,
I
and
know
then
you're
they
an
just
alleged
post
sex
it on
offender, but
Reddit.
thank you,
And
Daddy
there are a lot of
Tectone.
people finding it this way, and I just want to say, whoever those people.
Wait, why left-wing art looks so mentally ill? Meanwhile, the AI generator, pfft, there's my art. Here's my thumbnail. I popped you into an AI generator and it gave me this. Pfft. Like, what's weird about this? What do you mean mentally ill? This is stylized. It's good. It's proportionally accurate. Like, not accurate, I shouldn't say, because it's an anthropomorphic fox. But like, it's good. It's stylized. Like, it's fine. What's wrong with this? It's simple, sure, but like, it's well made. You can tell it's purposefully made like this. This was the vision, and this is the outcome, and it looks fine. It's not like a masterpiece or anything, but like, it's good. I was talking about that. He has no room to talk when he uses AI slop. Yeah, it's really weird that he would like dip into like critiquing leftist art when like he himself doesn't even know how to like make a fucking thumbnail without AI. Well, he did once, and I actually looked pretty good in it, to be honest. I think he was very flattering to me in this thumbnail. I think I look good here. I don't really rock the beanie anymore, but yeah, I look great here. Actually, when's the last time he used AI? Did he stop? Oh, here it is. Okay, so he used AI for this one. He might have used AI for this one. I can't tell for that one. I'm going to say no, just to be charitable, because I'm a charitable person. We'll say no for this one. No for this one. Actually, he might have for this one. Hold on. Let's take a look at the fingies. Hold on. There's a way to, here. Thumbnail, full view. Here, get YouTube thumbnail. Here we go. Got our special tool here. Just out of curiosity. It's not giving it to me. Hold on. I need a different one. There we go. Okay, let's take a look here. So we got... Oh, this is SD... High resolution not available. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no on this one. What do you think? Put in the comments whether you think this is AI generated or not. That's called a call out. Or not a call out. What is it called? Call to action.
I just want to say, whoever those
Anyway,
people are,
art
thank
looks
you
fine.
so much. There are also people sharing it on Twitter, and it's like, I am incredibly
Thank you, Daddy
grateful to all of
Tectone.
you
Thank
who are
you.
sharing it and getting the videos out there. Really, that is like the best thing you could do for this channel. Also, special thanks to Cheeto and Tectone. Like, they watched
There
my
it is.
videos and like they really enjoyed them. And give
Oh, a Cheeto watched it. Okay, and then he made a video on me. Got it. It's interesting. It's interesting how many subscribers a Cheeto has, and yet we just looked at his views because he just made a video about me, and I decided on this one because it has like more, like, honestly, Remnant is more relevant right now than a Cheeto is. His views are kind of tanked right now. I just thought that was interesting.
Giving a lot of support to
Thank
them.
you, Daddy
Thank
Tectone.
you so much. That means a lot. That's literally the best thing you could be doing if you want to help me grow. And I just feel incredibly blessed. If you would have asked me 2-3 weeks ago what my goal was, where I really wanted to get in terms of YouTube, I would have told you 10,000. I was
His goal
so
is to put
excited
every
for
gay
that.
person in
And
hell.
we're almost at 40,000 now. It's insane. And it has to do in large part because so many people are sharing the videos. Like, thank you so much. Genuinely. You are doing this.
Okay, I can't listen to this motherfucker anymore. Jesus. So yeah, there you go. Remnant, buddy, I know you're watching this. I know you hit me up for another discussion. I don't think you're really serious about it, but if you are, you know, you can reach out to me again. We'll try to pin down a date and a time. I don't really know what we'll talk about. I don't know what there is to discuss between us anymore. I mean, you've already called me violent, crazy, lefty, communist, whatever. You think I want to kill people and shit, you know. But at the same time, I'm like a pussy soy boy, diabetic, whatever. You know, I'm simultaneously strong and weak. Nothing to read into there or anything. You misrepresented pretty much all of my points. Took things out of context and basically just lied. So I don't know why like anybody would take you seriously at this point, but you know, maybe it'll be good for content. So yeah, I guess get back to me. We'll honestly, I don't even know how bad I want to talk to him, but we'll see. Haven't decided yet. A Cheetos vid next? No, I'm done looking at me. I want to see this vegan gains take. We'll do that next. Maybe we'll watch a Cheetos video on me if it like hits more views. Like, if it gets to, like, at least 10, 12,000, then maybe. What's funny is by constantly covering me, they're only making me more relevant. So, you know, whatever. It's fine by me. Kind of weird that Tectone's seen my face. That anti-furry you debated a long time ago is also friends with anti-furries who are known racist and cyberbullies. Yeah, he was a weirdo. I actually had somebody sleuthing him a little bit. Like, he had minors in his Discord server, which, you know, is not, like, incriminating on its own, but, like, I don't have minors in mine, just because, like, I don't even want to fuck with that. But anyway, he had minors in his Discord server, which, like, he's feeding them, like, propaganda about furries and shit, and, like, you know, using slurs and shit around them, so like that's weird. He just kind of seemed obsessed with killing furries, but like not admitting that he wanted to do that. I'm so glad that I can immediately disregard the opinions of someone who defends AI art. Yeah. Like, I just, like... There are people on the left who like AI stuff, like AI-generated stuff, and I like them as people sometimes. I won't say any names. But it's just like, that's such a dog shit opinion to have. Like, that immediately lowers my opinion of you as a person. Don't get me wrong, like, at first, I used to use AI-generated stuff. You know, like, not, like, consistently, not for my thumbnails or anything, but, like, I had an AI-generated, picture for my YouTube channel. Embarrassing, I know. I don't like admitting that. But I did have that for a while. So, like, I understand the appeal. I understand thinking that it makes things easier, because frankly it does. But, like, it's lazy and uninspired and frankly harmful to, like, real artists. It's harmful to the environment even. Like, I just don't like it. AI generated shit is like a fucking stain on the planet. Is it bad that I find AI voices being used in memes funny? It's fine. Like, you can make funny shit with AI generated stuff. I personally, even in the video that I dedicated to my hatred of AI, when I was going over Shadiversity's AI bullshit, even in that video, I was like, yeah, I think that when Oni Plays did it, it was really funny. And I still think that. I still think that Oni Plays' AI video was really fucking funny. I think they've been, like, leaning on it too much lately. I think that it's really boring when they, like, get on and talk to, like, AI Mario or whatever and ask him, like, how he has sex with Luigi, I guess. Like, I think that's lazy and uninspired and boring. But I think that their video where they, like, generated images of Donald Trump... I think the thing that made it funny to me was that, like, they weren't, like, praising these images as being really good. They were just funny. They were like, let's shit on the floor and see what shape it makes, you know? Like, that's kind of how I see their video on that. I only use AI art for references and ideas, not for commercial purposes. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Like, generating AI slop is just that. You are generating slop. And I think that deriving inspiration from said slop is not good. It's not healthy for society. AI generated slop only hurts society. There is no way that it can help. Not that I've seen, at least. I still say Tump instead of Trump because of that. That was really funny. Tump.org? It's like shitting on a nerd. You know? Like that nerd that's like really annoying and everybody hates him. And he's like standing there being annoying. But like you and your buddies are kind of like entertaining him because he's funny. Like you're not like, I don't know if that makes sense. That's not a good analogy. I'm bad at analogies right now. It's fundamentally not art because it doesn't communicate anything. Yeah, like yeah. It's not made by humans. Like, let's put it this way, okay? Like, there are some... I've heard, like, you can teach an elephant to paint, I guess. Which I buy. I buy that. I would buy that, like, you could probably teach, like, a dolphin or a gorilla how to paint. Or, like, make their own art, in a way. But, like, take an animal like a dog. You know? There are, like, people who train their dogs to, like, quote-unquote make art. You know? But, like, I would even say a crow. I think that even a crow, like, because the crows have, like, the intellectual capacity of, like, a 7-year-old. I think you could teach a crow how to, like, make art. And I think that would be valid artwork. Not entirely sure, but I would not be surprised if a crow could learn to paint and, like, express itself through that. I think that's the main thing, is self-expression. Art is a matter of self-expression. A series of algorithms and calculations is not self-expression. That is a series of algorithms and calculations. Like, it is a very complicated calculator pumping out a product for you. And that's all that it is. I should have specified that I did use AI slop in the past back in 2022 for reference, but stopped using it. I feel guilty for that. Don't feel guilty. Like, even I, like, used AI. Like, I fucking... As soon as I saw the AI-generated slop, I was like, oh my god, like, even I fell for it. I'm like, oh my god, like, it's so cool. And I was sitting there on the fucking Discord of, whatever it was called, Google Dream or whatever. Not Google Dream, it was something else. It was like some dream thing. And I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, like, it's like a new toy, you know? Like, give me this thing. What if you can make that thing? And I was like posting shit on my, I think even on my Twitter. I was like, oh my god, look at this, it's so cool. I was sending it to Katie. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Look at what my computer can do now. That's crazy. And it is. It's kind of cool. Like, I understand people being attracted to it. It is kind of cool that you can just type some words in and the computer will spit out whatever you want it to. You know? I get it. I understand the appeal. Because I was there. I just have given it more thought and gotten more opinions from other people and seen the detrimental effects of it let's put it this way. If it had never gone beyond like a fun toy for me to use, I wouldn't have thought that it was that harmful. But it did. And now AI slop is fucking everywhere. It's infested us like a goddamn plague. And it sucks. I hate living in Slop World. Slop World sucks. So don't feel guilty. It's fine. You're better now, though. I saw Moist Critical covering channels making AI-generated America's Got Talent videos. Nice. Yeah, isn't there like AI... Hold on, that'd be a good thing to cover, actually. That'd be fun. We'll do that after Vegan Gains, if I can find a good one. Okay, Penguin Zero is the one who covered it. Moist Critical. That's where I saw it. I love Moist, he's so chill and fun to watch. Moist Critical is one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. I don't even watch him that often, but he's just some guy. I can't be what Moist Critical is, and I never will. I'm too steeped in politics. Moist Critical avoided that, which is very good. I'm not saying that, like, one of us is right and the other one's wrong. What I am saying is that by doing so, he has positioned himself in such a way that people aren't immediately inclined to disregard his opinions because of his political stance. But nonetheless, he does have, like, left-leaning views. I don't know if he, like, hates capitalism or whatever, but, like, he's talked about how much he hates AI. He's talked about how he believes that trans children are valid. He calls out people when they're doing shitty stuff. I like him. I like him a lot. He's great. I don't know that I don't know that Moist Critical has ever done anything wrong. He's a boon. He's a boon to our society. He's a regular lib, I'm pretty sure. That's fine. That is fine right now, okay? I will take whatever the fuck I can get. He is a normal-ass person. He's a griller. He's a griller. I'm sorry, we're so far removed from, like, abolishing capitalism that you guys have to get on board with the idea of collaborating with capitalists. You know, like, it's just where we're at. Social Democrats. I would say he's probably, if I had to guess, a Social Democrat. Like, I don't think he's given it more thought than I have, but, like, you know, that's probably where I would place him, as Social Democrat, which is great. That's fine. And if we reached a point in society where we reach, like, social democracy, like what Norway has, the Nordic countries, then we could have the discussion, you know, like, well, we have this great system here in the United States where we now have free healthcare and worker-owned co-ops and whatnot, but it's still capitalism. We can have that discussion later, though. Right now, all that matters is, like, he wants the world to be a better place. People like Remnant, frankly, don't. They want the world to be a cesspool full of people like him, who believe that gay people should go to hell, but, like, also somehow don't hate gay people or something. I don't know how that works. He does so many AI videos. He did, are these AI robot dogs a scam? He did that other one, the AI Let's Players. Ooh, Labubu. Actually, What's crazy about the Labubu dolls is they're like super popular right now. They're like the Cabbage Patch of our era. And I could totally make these. I'll call them Al Boo Boo. No, Al Goo Goo, right? Like Alec Gunter. It'll be Al Goo Goo. And I'll just make them look like very close to the same. And not get in any legal trouble for sure. I actually tried to make one recently, i.e. like 2 days ago. It's a little tricky. I'm gonna have to work with it a little bit. But yeah, love Moist Critical. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, take a short break. When we come back, we're gonna go over the vegan gains take. And then I'll decide what to do after that. Be right back. I return. Sorry, I took a minute. W Tectone. W to the alleged sex offender Tectone. Very nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Love to see that. What do you like so much about Tectone, man? I've never watched him, so I guess I can't judge that much. But the things I've heard are not good. I hope everyone's doing well. I also hope that. Even my haters. It's still a little cold. Hold on. I was gonna wait until after to do this, but I thought this would be a funny bit. So one sec. Okay, I'm back once again. Got our food a little bit hotter now. I should put some cheese on it. It's fine. I was gonna wait, but I wanted to do a funny bit. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Sorry, I was just enjoying my delicious bowl of eggs, chicken, rice, some various vegetables. And it's very good. And I enjoy it. You know who doesn't enjoy it, though? Vegan Gains. Vegan Gains, as the name implies, is a vegan. Which has nothing to do with anything that he said here. I just thought that the bit would be funny. I actually morally believe that vegans are superior to me in that way. I'm just kind of a hypocrite. I don't really give a whole lot of thought to the well-being of animals at the moment, simply because I'm more concerned with humans and how we treat them. Because if we can't treat humans with humanity and decency, then how the fuck are we going to do that with animals? So, in an ideal world, we'd have like artificial meat, yada yada, etc., etc. I like meat; it's good for protein, and I'm going to continue eating it. I did, however, cut back on the red meat consumption. Red meat really is not that good for you, so, and also horrible for the environment. I don't think chicken is quite as bad. So I did take some steps. Anyway, all that's beside the point. What we have here is supposedly, according to my audience, a video in which Vegan Gains is making fun, well, and also according to the title, I guess, making fun of starving children in Gaza. They are not starving, they are fat. So let's see. I mean, like, that's simply just not true. Like, I don't think that I've ever actually seen any fat children in Gaza. I'm sure they might be one or two. I've actually seen the opposite. There was a video of one guy who kind of had saggy skin, which implied that he had been quite a large man before, but was starving, which is incredibly sad. So, this is already off to a bad start. Let's see if Vegan Gains can turn this around. What the hell just happened? What? One Piece Lo-Fi. I did not ask for that. Why did it do that? Thank you for that, I guess. What? Okay. I literally pressed the full screen button and it took me to One Piece Lo-Fi, but okay.
At least 40 people have been killed in Israeli airstrikes across Gaza. Yeah, that happens when you drop bombs. Maybe you should, like, Google
that's bad, right?
what war is.
Wait, that's bad though, right? We can agree that that's bad. Like, innocent people being bombed is like a bad thing, right? We can agree on that?
I don't know why the hell anybody's... Like, just what point are you making?
The point we're making is that it's bad. Like, what do you mean? What point are you making? It's bad when innocent people die, man. That's the point. Is that too complicated for you? I've never covered Vegan Gains. I've never had anything against him. I don't even really know what all of his opinions are, except that he's vegan. I don't know if he does that for moral reasons or health reasons, but like... this is not giving a good first impression for me. Yeah, war sucks and we should stop that.
Oh, Palestine.
What I'm hearing right now is what I hear from a lot of people, which is like, oh, war is just like a reality of life. You know, like, oh, there's war going on. Oh, whoop-de-doo, there's always been war going on. Which, like, yeah, that's pretty true. Sure, I can understand your point, but that doesn't mean that war is like a force of nature. It's quite literally a force of man. We could just stop. You know, we could just stop doing that, and we should. We don't have to have war all the time. In an ideal world, we would have none. Like, hopefully we can agree on that at least.
Like, just what point are you making? Oh, Palestinians are starving. Right. That's why half the people here are fat. So all these kids...
What?
...are normal weight. Oh, look. A fucking obese person. Yes, clearly starving.
You can be obese and starve to death. Do you understand that? Like, it's not typical, but it does like, you can be malnourished and still be an obese person. You're going to lose weight in the process, but like, I don't understand what your point is here. That like, children are being fed too much over there. Are they feeding the children too much in Gaza? Is that your point? Should we stop? Like, is it bad when we give food to children? In the nursing field, we have kind of a rule of thumb, which is that if somebody's slightly overweight, it's really not that big of a deal. You know, like, obviously it reaches a point of not being healthy. He looks like a douchey Dylan Burns. Do not do that to my boy Dylan Burns. But you are kind of right. You know, obviously it reaches a point of not being healthy anymore, and there are health complications that come with that, like diabetes. But typically, like, we want to make sure people eat more, not less. Especially in youth and the elderly.
Yes. See how starving that woman is? That's why her cheeks are so big and puffy.
Dog, you don't fucking know her life. What the fuck? You have no idea what she's eaten in the past 24 hours. Like, what are you talking about, man? My man over here doing, like, the Lord's work. You know, like, fucking... Like, I don't understand how this garbage comes out of these people's mouths and like, oh yeah, I'm totally like the good guy. I'm the one who's correct here. Like, we should stop feeding the children, actually. What the fuck's wrong with you?
And that's why her stomach is so huge. Because she's starving. Oh, look, another starving person who's overweight.
Oh, like, wait! His clothes are so fucking baggy that it's impossible to tell. How could you possibly call this person overweight? Look, I know the video is small, but like, Jesus. And also, it doesn't matter. Like, again, what's your point here? That we shouldn't feed people?
Oh, look, another starving person who's overweight. Like, this is just fucking retarded. So they're either all
Arsler,
normal weight individuals, or they're fat. Yeah, look at this starving child who's overweight. Yeah.
Dog, this is so easy to fucking disprove. Like, look at this. Do these children look overweight to you? At best, they're normal, but like to me, they look malnourished. Look at how skinny this boy's wrist is. That's crazy. The fuck are you talking about? Here, let's find another just to really hammer it home. Look at these disgusting, fat, obese slobs. Look at these greedy, horrific, disgusting Gazans. Just trying to fucking take all of our food away. Look at how fat and slovenly they've gotten. Oh my goodness. Look at her. She's got sagging cheeks. That must mean that she's fat, right? No, that's what happens when you're old, actually. Like, what the like, what's your point here, man? Like, you're asking me what my point is. My point is that war is bad and feeding people is good. Do you disagree? It's a bold take, my friend.
Yes.
At least he's honest. I appreciate the honesty, if nothing else. But, like, holy shit, what a horrific person you are.
Get fucked. You're fucking retard. Thanks for the donation, Sarah. Dodo donate $2. When can you talk more about Jasmine stuff? You just said you can talk more about it later. When is later, and what do you mean? Also, are you going to make another video making fun of the Prophet Muhammad? Please,
Jesus.
please. Yeah, I'll probably do that
Punctuation.
eventually.
He's so bored. Like, his affect is so flat. Do people watch him? Like, people are actually entertained by this guy.
Just be patient, Dodo, okay? You're just gonna have to be patient.
Like, he's not even
Thanks
moving.
for the donation, dude.
Is he high?
The demo contract involving...
Like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy, man. We're feeding the children too much, according to Vegan Gains. They're too fat in Gaza. We need to stop immediately. Netanyahu is actually... I'm the bad person, by the way, for eating meat. He's morally superior to me. But Netanyahu is actually doing them a moral service by keeping food from them and bombing them. That's all good stuff, and we should keep doing that. Right, ma'am? I mean, that's what it seems like your opinion is to me. Feel free to correct me, but, like, that's wild. Absolutely buck wild. What a piece of shit. Well, that was fun. All right. You ready? Okay. All right. For those who don't know, Katie and I started doing a One Piece tragic backstory tier list. So, without stating like who's the saddest backstory per se, we're just ranking them on how sad they are. How emotional we got. That's what it was. How emotional we got. Technically. Okay. Sorry. Oh, wait. We didn't do the, hold on. We didn't do the Zionist or Nazi quiz. Should we do that? Do you care? I don't care. How long is it? Here, hold on. We'll at least do a couple questions. If it stretches on too long, we'll stop. But I did want to do this. Here, actually, I don't need these. So I heard about this quiz. Somebody linked me to it. Zionist or Nazi? Can you guess who said it? This quiz explores similarities between Nazi Germany and Israel, both in writing and deeds. The basis for this comparison can be found in both projects' settler colonial nature, in Germany's case, with its occupation of Eastern Europe, General Plan Ost, and in Israel's case, with its occupation of Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, and more, Greater Israel. A common process of ethnic cleansing is apparent. This similarity is not accidental. Early Zionist planners like Arthur Rupin were directly inspired by Germany's occupation of Posen. The quotes are taken from leading politicians, media personalities, etc. from both sides and throughout their respective histories. All right. This should be interesting. I'm not a huge history buff. 22 questions. Okay, that's not too bad. Who said this? It is impossible for a man to become assimilated with people whose blood is different from his own. Ooh. That's got to be a Nazi, right? I think I was right. Who said this? A Jew brought up among Germans, many assume... No, I was wrong. I was wrong. Oh my God. It was a Zionist. That's crazy. A Jew brought up among Germans may assume German custom, German words. He may be wholly imbued with that German fluid, but the nucleus of his spiritual structure will always remain Jewish because his blood, his body, his physical racial type are Jewish. It is impossible for a man to become assimilated with people whose blood is different from his own. That's insane. From Zev Jabotinsky, revisionist Zionist leader who co-founded the Jewish Legion of the... Oh my God. That's crazy. Wow, no wonder people compare the two. From that one question alone, I can tell this is going to be an impossibly large task. All the group will be able to do, so either Zionists or Nazis, will be able to do about it will be to scurry around like drugged roaches in a bottle. Oh, no, not Zionists or Nazis. The group that they're... So if it's the Nazis, this would be the Jews. If it's the Zionists, it would be the Palestinians. All the Palestinians will be able to do will be to scurry about like drugged... Okay. I'm going to say Zionist for this one. I was right. When we have settled the land, all the Arabs will be able to do about it will be to scurry around like drugged roaches in a bottle. That's crazy. I'm not going to read through all this. You're more than welcome to pause and read it. I'm not learning today. Who said this? One of the soldiers raped a 16-year-old girl, laughing. They gathered them in something like a cage and put iron wires around them. They gathered all the men, sat them on the ground, and one of the soldiers got the submachine gun and shot them. There were soldiers who took flamethrowers and ran after the villagers and burned them. Okay, so he was laughing about this. If this one's not Nazi, I'll be very surprised. Wow! Are they all Zionists? There's no shot. That's crazy. From a testimony about the 1948 Nakba made by Zionist soldier Yosef Diamant in an interview with the Israeli channel Hot 8. That's insane. We ran after villagers and burned them. There's a YouTube link. I'm not going to watch it. Who said this? The group have deserved the catastrophe that has now overtaken them. Their destruction will now go hand in hand with the destruction of our enemies. We must hasten this process with cold ruthlessness. Honestly, that strikes me more as Zionist because I think like the Nazis, the Nazis were not as honest. Oh, I was wrong on that one. That was a Nazi. It's hard. This is hard. It sounds exactly like something a Zionist would say. All right, let's go faster. We, on our part, are ready to put all these criminals at the disposal of these countries. For all I care, even on luxury ships. Zionist. Wrong again. The Nazi. All right. National Speakers Group will make the ancient soil fertile. That soil was unproductive for others, but for us it was a good soil because we fertilized it with our love. That's disgusting. Zionist. All right, I was right. No, that absolutely rings as Zionist to me. It could be either. They all could be either. There is one and only one solution, which is to completely destroy members of the group. That's got to be Nazi. Wow, I was wrong. Oh, man, this is hard. I'm like, it's literally 50-50, and I'm rolling nat ones. These people must be destroyed. They are no longer human beings. They're animals. Zionist. Nope. Nazi. Wow. I'm really bad at this. Hard, though. Even 1 million members of group are not worth a fingernail of speakers group. Zionist. Okay, got it right. Something like a cage has to be built for them. I know that sounds terrible. It is really cruel, but there is no choice. There is a wild animal there that has to be locked up in one way or another. Zionist. Yep. Got it. This is the war between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. We will not let up on our mission until the light overcomes the darkness. The good will defeat the extreme evil that threatens us in the entire world. I'm gonna go with Nazi. That sounds very Nazi-esque. Wrong again. Goddamn. Wrong again. Region never progressed beyond a certain primitiveness. That immediately rings Nazi to me, but I know I'm going to be wrong. It has never known anything but chaos because it lacked mankind, the valuable bearer of culture, the genius who systematically planned peaceful reconstruction, who ordered the well-designed exploitation of the immense treasures and the fertility of the soil. This country has only known the powers of unrestricted despoiling and brutal armament for war. It's got to be Nazi. Okay, I got it. Okay, that one sounded very Nazi to me. There will be no mercy. We had the moral right. We had the duty towards our people to destroy those people that wanted to destroy us. Zionist. Wrong again. That sounded very Zionist. On the evacuation and extermination of the Jewish people. Wow. Something to think about.
Wealth, fame, power.
Zionism deserves to be in the day SM6.
I honestly think that that's, I understand the joke. I hear you. But just to shit on it for a second and not treat it like the joke that it is, to do that would be taking away the agency of these disgusting freaks. Thank you nonetheless for the 2 tier 1 gifted subs. Appreciate you always. The weak crumble and are slaughtered and are erased from history, while the strong, for good or for ill, survive. The strong are respected and alliances are made with... This seems so obviously like a Nazi that I know that it's not a Nazi, but I'm going to say Nazi because I think it's Nazi. I was wrong. Netanyahu posted this on Twitter while threatening to use nuclear weapons to wipe out the country's enemies. What the... Like, I didn't even know that it was this overt. That's crazy. We're going to look back on this in like 50 years from now, and all the liberals will be like, "Oh yeah, I totally think that like Zionism is bad and like the state of Israel was like really fucked up." And we're going to be like, "Yeah, man, this you?" And we'll hold up our iPhone 22s that have not changed one iota since today, except for like maybe the shape. It'll depend on which cycle they're on, if they have the square edges or the round edges. That's how they keep it looking new. They keep changing with the shape of the edges and corners. Who said this? Be triumphant and finish them off, and don't leave anyone behind. Erase the memory of them. Erase them, their families, mothers, and children. These animals can no longer live. If you have a member of group neighbor, don't wait, go to his home and shoot him. I gotta say Nazi. Yeah, and camera mounts. It'll have 50 cameras by then. The entire back of the phone will just be cameras. Wrong again. Ezra Yakin was brought in official IDF vehicles to give a pep talk to Israeli soldiers before Israel's 2023 ground invasion of Gaza. Like, I can almost see, like, if you're a Zionist from, like, the 1940s, you know, like, it's not okay when you do, like, because that they did that. Like, it's still fucked up no matter what time period it is. But I feel like when it's from the 1940s, or, like, there was one that was even from, like, the 1900s, like, since it's so separated from today, I can believe it that somebody would say that. But, like, this is from fucking 2 years ago. That's crazy. All right, almost done here. I'm referring here to the evacuation of the group, the extermination of the group people. This is one of the things that is easily said, but then they all come along and each one has his one decent member of group. Oh, the good one. It still sounds like Nazi. It's gonna be wrong. It's gonna be wrong. Okay, it was right. I was right. It was a Nazi that time. Got it. I do not admit that a wrong, but I've gotten it wrong so many times by saying it's Nazi that at this point I'm just like, I'm gonna be wrong every time I answer Nazi. Nothing surprises me anymore. I do not admit that a wrong has been done to these people by the fact that a stronger race, a higher grade race, a more worldly wise race, to put it that way, has come in and taken their place. I mean, at first I thought Nazi, but come in and taken their place. That's got to be Zionist. Yep, Zionist. Because for Germany, it wasn't so much about coming in and taking their place. It was about driving people out. So if they're coming in to take their place, that sounds, and instead of like, you know, protecting quote unquote what you have that the Nazis said that they were doing, if you're talking, like, if they're openly talking about, like, I feel like Nazi rhetoric isn't so much about invasion, even though they did invade Poland, which was bad. But their rhetoric wasn't really surrounding that. Zionists do. That's one difference I've noticed. We shall exterminate the group. The group will not get away with their responsibility for date. This day, well, that's got to be Zionist. That was Adolf Hitler. I thought it was referring to October 7th. That's insane. That's crazy. Oh my God. Literally, oh my God. I have nothing more to add. We'll get through these last four. The group wanted war, and now they have it. There is only one effective measure. Cut them out. Cutting them out would be Nazi. Yep. See? That's a reliable tool. Cutting them out as opposed to, like, invading them. That's the main difference that I've noticed. Every baby, even 80 years from now, will tell their grandchildren what the Jews did. I feel like this is a trick. Like, this is so much, like, it's so Nazi coded that I don't believe that it's a Nazi who said it. Yep, it was Zionist. Like, that was like so much a trick question that it did not function properly as a trick question. Yeah, conflating Zionists with all Jewish people, yeah. What's so horrifying about understanding that the entire group of people is the enemy? That could be either. I'm leaning towards Zionist. Yep. Notably, she got her government roles after this disgusting statement. Oh, after? Oh, nice. Okay, so she said that, and then they were like, "Hey, you're hired." that was on her resume, folks. Good stuff. Those are animals. They have no right to exist. I am not debating the way it will happen, but they need to be exterminated. That's so blatant, I'm going to go with Zionist. Okay. Got it. Zionism as described by Zionists. What kind of cooperation can the region expect from someone like this? Very nice. I'm 50-50. I got better as the test went on. But yeah, there you go. In case you were under the impression that Zionists and Nazis were at all different, they have some differences. Like, one of them is more about invading and the other is more about exterminating the people present in your country. So there's that, I guess. But, like, other than that, yeah, I mean, they're pretty similar, all things considered. Free Palestine. For the love of God, free Palestine. Okay, that does it for politics. You ready? Okay. You would like to sit in that chair? Unfortunately, because of the new shelf, I cannot move as far to the right. But it still works. Okay.
Hello.
Everybody say hello to my wife.
My wife. Hello.
Okay. I believe we took screenshots.
I believe you did, yes.
Where did we save those?
I don't know where you save things on your computer.
No. There it is.
Ah, lovely.
Can I open? Is there an oh, here we go.
There you go. You can also do Control O, and that opens it too.
We'll have them on different tabs.
Wealth, fame, power.
What irks me more than most is that even in a single unified state of Palestine, the former Israelis would be a massive minority. They'd still have a huge power.
Yeah, they would still have like unequal power granted or given their numbers. Yeah, they would be sorry, what's the word? The representation would be off.
Disproportionate.
Yeah, disproportionate. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for another 2 tier 1 gifted subs. Appreciate you, Sake.
Okay, so we left off at Robin.
All right, well, hold on. We got that's mine, and then this one yours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what we got. We got my tier list. We got for S. Here, hold on. I'll open the website real quick so we can modify it.
Mm-hmm.
Should have saved the URL too.
What we know for this time.
Okay, it was
emotional moments.
Emotional moments.
Hello. Oh, wait, it's there. Or at least
Oh.
one of ours is.
Cool.
So
we
it
only
saved
have to
one of
modify.
them.
Okay, we only have to modify one then.
Okay.
This is yours.
That one's mine? Okay.
Yes.
Great.
So
Please forgive me for yawning.
oh my gosh, if you like, they think I'm an old lady.
Who thinks you're an old lady?
The ads.
Oh, okay.
What's this? Cobenfy for adults with schizophrenia.
What?
Okay, it apparently also thinks I have schizophrenia, which is fine if
Ads
you do,
be
but
wildin'.
okay. Anyway, okay, so this is Katie's, and then we need to get a new tab up for me.
Duplicate.
Yes.
And then you'll only have to change around a few things. The baggies. Have a little decor.
The baby is being ornery.
Baby is being ridiculous.
Okay. So they're just duplicates of each other. So we just have to shift around.
Yeah,
a
so
little bit,
you just need to look at your screenshot and then shift the images as you need to.
So here's mine. So this goes here. This goes here in B. This goes here in A, and I think that's it. Good stuff.
That looks correct.
Okay.
Great.
That was easy enough. So now we also we skipped Laboon. We need
But that was but that was
switch this,
because
this was before this. Okay, we're gonna put it right there after Brooke.
Yes. Yeah. Remember we did that. It was like,
Or should we put it before? It's technically before.
technically the baby does come before.
Indeed. Okay. So this one is yours on the left.
Yes.
Mine's on the okay, then that makes sense because you're on my left, so we'll
Great.
remember. Okay.
That'll be great.
Yep.
Easy.
Okay, so we have Katie's tier list. We have this is, I believe, Usopp and Luffy's reunion, or is it their breakup?
No, that is their reunion. I believe we
Right,
already
because we already did I
we
Wanna
already
Live.
did the
We did the breakup. Okay, this is their reunion. So emotional. So do you want to give a synopsis of what happened
Yeah.
here? So when we left, so last time on One Piece.
Last time on One Piece.
Nico Robin, without the cowboy hat, is in distress and wants to die, but then Luffy convinces her that she doesn't. So they get rescued by the Mary, who is somehow there. And the Mary's the ship, if you didn't know.
There are mysterious
And
forces in the world of One Piece that we do not know or understand yet.
the crew,
And they never.
the crew all goes back. Technically, the burning of the Mary should come first.
Does it?
Technically.
Because that's when they're on the Thousand Sunny for the first time,
Yeah.
isn't it? When they're sailing. Okay, you're
So,
right. Actually,
we
you're
go
right.
back. So we go back to Water 7. We have our little party, and then after that, we need to take care of Mary. Well, no, we take care of Mary first in the party. So Mary is unfortunately on her last legs. She cannot sail anymore. She's already given far more than she was technically, physically capable of giving, and she's done. So we have to say goodbye to the Mary. We set her ablaze and send her off into the ocean. The Klabautermann for Mary, which is the living embodiment of, like, basically her soul, speaks out to the crew, telling them that she had a wonderful time sailing with them and enjoyed every step of the way and wouldn't have changed a thing. And then she dies. So this was pretty emotional for me personally. But you go first.
Really?
Well, you're on your page, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I was shocked and appalled at the audacity that these people made me feel upon being like, what if we made you cry after already making you cry so much? And then what if we made you cry over a boat? What if we did that? What if we were crazy? Eiichiro Oda doing the work that he's been doing for the last 25 years of his life, which is insane, being like, I know I have wrecked them beyond all knowledge up to this point. And yet I will compound that with even more pain with the boat, of all things, basically getting a funeral because we can't sail her anymore. And the boat was like one of the big inciting incidents of the conflict among the Straw Hats for this arc. It's like one of the times they have been at some of their most fractured, even while still most of them being together. Two of them are gone, and everybody's upset. No one's having a good time. Like, and then after all that, we get Robin back, we get Mary back, even though we know we can't sail her anymore, and then we just have to have a funeral. All this to say, I think I would put, it's so hard. Actually not, but it is, because I think I would put it in A.
An A?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't get me as much as the other ones because it came in so close after Robin's stuff for me. But I still sobbed. I was still I know I looked over at you and I was like, are you kidding me right now? I am crying over a boat.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now that this is happening? And you were like, yes.
I think if I could put it above Noland, I would. But when I think about it, I would say it's about on tier with Choppers. I thought about it because I was like, should I put it in S? And I was like, I don't feel like that's fair to the S tiers. It's still really sad, and Mary was a very good crew member, but much like I feel about Chopper's backstory, very sad. Hate that for my little man. It just, like, for me, and I can understand why people would put it in S.
Oh, yeah.
But for me personally, I thought that, like, the fucking
oh yeah, the cherry blossoms.
the cherry blossoms is where it got me.
Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
right
that's
now?
where it got
Are
me.
you kidding me right now? I have never. The other thing with the Mary that doesn't make it any less emotional, it's just something that I appreciate in emotional scenes overall, is that despite the fact that we are so sad, there's still something to be happy about, and that's that she was here at all. You know? It's like, damn. So there's that little kernel of like, it hurts, yeah, but there's a little kernel
It was
of
kind of
being
it was
okay inside.
it was kind
the
of her
hurt.
time to go.
It was her time.
Yeah.
And she knew that. And she did her best anyway. And I love her. So there it is. It's an A. She makes me cry, just not as much as these other things have made me cry.
Yep.
Holy shit. Speaking of other things that made us cry,
Okay, Usopp and Luffy's reunion. So right after they, say goodbye to the Mary, have their party, Usopp still has some making up to do. Zoro and Sanji both made it clear that he is not to join the crew again unless the first words out of his mouth are, "I'm sorry." Which they're not, but everybody pretends they can't hear him until he says he's sorry. At which point Luffy pulls him onto the ship because they're fucking sailing away without him.
yeah, they are
And
leaving.
finally
like
he yells,
Frankie's on board at this point now, kind of leaving, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Which I don't think any of Frankie's stuff is out here. Which is
Except-
there's the one, yeah.
No, there's the one.
Okay.
But again, we've talked about that Frankie is very much a self-actualized character. He's very much, he knows who he is, and he is very happy about it.
Yeah.
And does whatever he
Like
wants
his
to bring
backstory
himself joy.
his backstory kind of sucks, but he was always kind of tough. So
He's my dude.
yeah.
He's my guy.
He could weather through it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Usopp and Luffy's reunion. I'll be honest, I knew it was coming. It was pretty emotional. I gotta put it at B tier, just because. Or no, sorry, this is your tier list.
Oh.
I'll put it at B tier. Just because, like, I knew it was coming. It did make me kind of emotional, but mostly I was just relieved and happy that we're all back together and going on to the next place.
Yeah, because we're not actually gonna leave him. He's gonna figure out a way to. He's gonna figure out what he gotta say.
Yeah. Plus
And
it was.
he did.
Plus it was blunted
Plus
by.
he knew.
Plus it was blunted by very comedic overtones.
Right. And it's just really. It's one of those ones where the emotion of it is just like. It's there, but it's also just wrapped up in like, yeah, we knew it was coming, and it is really sweet.
Actually, you know what? I changed it to C.
Okay.
Because I just don't think it deserves the same spot as Bellamy and or Bellamere and Frankie and, in my opinion, Shushu. But maybe you feel differently.
I would put it in B. I really like the sweetness of it. I like getting to see the Straw Hats come back together. If they've been separated, obviously in this case for a very upsetting reason, as seen by previous moments on this tier list. But, but it's just, I fully lost my train of thought. This sucks! I hate when that happens. I don't remember what I was going to say, but I think I explained myself enough, so it's in B.
Okay.
That train of thought is just gone.
Okay.
Alright.
Moving on to the next arc, we meet our skeleton friendo, who immediately decides he wants to join the crew.
And then immediately afterward is like, I actually can't.
Yes. He has a what he feels is a burden to carry until he re-meets with basically a former pet that they had named Laboon. And he and his crew met Laboon. I think he got lost from his pot of whales, and he just started following them. And they grew to love him.
Because he liked the music.
He liked the music, thank you. He grew to love him. He stayed with them until they got to the Grand Line. And then he crossed over with them, even though they told him he can't. So he's in the Grand Line. And he
At the end of Reverse Mountain?
Yes, at the end of Reverse Mountain. At which
something.
At which point they meet Crocus, who decides to take him and take care of him until they return from sailing the Grand Line.
So they make Laboon a promise that they're going to sail the Grand Line, and then once they have, they're going to make their way back to him.
And they never got back. So Laboon is still tragically waiting for them to return 50 years later.
And Luffy and crew had met him previously when they were going over Reverse Mountain and asked about the whale's behavior, and Crocus told them, like, the part of the story that he knew, that he was waiting for his crew to come back. And Luffy was like, well, I can't let this whale harm himself because his friends might come back and they would be sad. So he paints a very horrid yet really sweet, beautiful rendition of his Jolly Roger on Laboon's forehead. And is like, you have to stay alive now, whale. You can't ruin the Jolly Roger on your face. And Laboon's like, okay.
Oh yeah, because he bashes his head against the red line.
Yes.
So yeah.
So the thing is, the reason that the crew could not come back to Laboon is because, unfortunately, they all got really, really sick with an illness that spread amongst all of them very quickly and then proceeded to kill every single one of them.
Well, they also got shot by poison arrows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about
The
that.
disease
Rough.
took out many of them, including
rough.
Yorkie.
Yes.
Yorkie had to stay behind while Brooke became the captain and sailed forward. Anybody who was sick stayed behind. But then they got shot by poison arrows, and Brooke, being the only one with the soul or the revive fruit, came back to life. So with Laboon, I gotta say it's B for me. Like, it's pretty emotional. Feel bad for the little guy, but like it's on the same level as Shushu, kind of, where it's like, I get it. I can understand why you put it higher, but it's just not like it didn't hit as hard for me, especially what follows it. You know, like I just feel like it just doesn't hit the same as the other emotional beats.
It's one of those ones where it's like compounded with everything. It's very emotional, but if you look at it as an individual thing, and if you think about the fact that until we met Brooke, we had no clue about the guys on this crew with this whale and why he was waiting for them or what happened to them or anything like that. It made it more emotional later, but I never felt as emotional about Laboon as I did about Brooke and Laboon together. So if I'm looking at Laboon as a separate kind of entity, I would also put him in B. It's very sweet, it's very heart-wrenching, but ooh boy, Brooke. And because after having the revive fruit, if he didn't already say it, Brooke was then alone on a boat of skeletons in a unnavigable, somewhat like unescapable part of the Grand Line called the Florian Triangle.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, to make matters worse, his shadow gets stolen by Gecko Moria, and he cannot leave the Florian Triangle because if he does and sunlight touches him, he will turn into dust. And so the Straw Hats are like, okay, well, I guess all we have to do is go beat up Gecko Moria then. And then after they do so and many other shenanigans occur, they learn Brooke's story with Laboon, and Brooke then proudly proclaims that he's so happy he survived, he's glad he's alive, he's gonna find Laboon again someday, and it hits, man. It really does, I have to say. It really hits.
Yeah. For me personally, this gotta be an S tier. Like, this was tragic. I don't know if I have much more to say about it. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I would also put
Oh man, and then I can't believe what they don't have on here is the part where he's a skeleton and they're at the end after Thriller Bark is over and they're all having their party. And he's doing being sake on the piano. And Luffy's talking to him, telling him about how they know Laboon, and so he makes a commitment to sail back, and he's like, he just cries, "I'm so happy to be alive."
That's what I was just talking about. I thought.
Did you say that?
I think so.
Sorry,
It's okay.
tuned it out.
It's okay.
But yeah.
You were doing another thing.
Anyway, S tier.
But you are correct. Like, it deserves to be said again, because wow.
Yeah. S
And
tier.
also, here's another reason why, because I also say S tier.
Okay.
And here's another reason why. The fact that that like two characters in a row, like that were joining our crew, had become part of our crew, were both like, I'm so happy that I'm now alive, that I want to be alive at this point so that I can go back with my friends, is like such a central like theme to the overall like messages about hope, and specifically the hope you can be given through having friends by your side. Like, that's another thing. Like, holy shit. Okay, so that's Brooke. You know what I'm surprised isn't on here, and maybe it's because I'm biased because I cried. Technically, it would have come, I guess, after Brooke's backstory, but I can't believe Nothing Happened isn't on here.
Wow, you're right.
Nothing Happened is not on here.
That's crazy.
That's
work.
insane.
That would be S tier.
That would be, absolutely.
Yeah, Nothing Happened.
Honorary mention to Nothing Happened, also during the Thriller Bark arc.
So prior to their little party at the end, Bartholomew Kuma shows up, and he's a warlord.
We'll talk more about him later.
Warlords are built up to be like, you know, kind of like final bosses.
Yeah.
And Bartholomew Kuma, they just beat one.
Yeah.
In the
At
name
this
of
point,
Moria.
this is the second warlord we've beaten.
Yes.
Because we did Crocodile first.
And then as soon as they're done, Luffy's passed out from all the exhaustion. The crew is exhausted. Everybody around them's exhausted. And then this big ass egg guy shows up with bear ears and bear paws, right?
On his hands.
On his hands.
On palms.
He has the
Paw
paw fruit, which allows him to bounce things at will, including the air. And so he basically is able to create this huge air bubble, condense it down, and then explode it, so that everybody around takes damage. And the only person left standing is Zoro. And Zoro goes up to Kuma and Kuma's there for Luffy's head, on orders of the world government.
Yeah.
So Zoro goes up to him and says, "You can take my head instead. The right-hand man of the king of the pirates should suffice." To which Sanji then stands up and says, "No, you still have to fulfill your dreams. Take me. I'll do it." And Zoro says, "Fuck that," and knocks him out.
It's
It's probably the gayest scene they've had up to this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot.
If not in the entire show.
I would also say, like, if there were like a series of Sanji Zoro scenes to be ranked on how gay they were, that would be one of the gayest. As he said, if not the gayest.
Thriller Bark was decent, but very weak compared to other arcs. A lot of people think that, but now with Elbaf, there are a lot of parallels between Thriller Bark and Elbaf. Like, a lot of parallels.
I really liked Thriller Bark.
I thought it was good. It was like a nice little Scooby-Doo type thing.
I really
It was
needed-
also our second Cerberus reference, which is interesting.
I won't lie. After, like, as sad as Brooke's backstory is, and it's still an S tier, this is not a diss, but, like, as like, serious as Thriller Bark got at points, there was an air of just kind of silliness that went into it as well, and I really appreciated it. I had a really good time during Thriller Bark.
Good.
So, but anyway, so after Zoro knocks Sanji out, he turns to Kuma, and Kuma says, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I am going to take all of your captain's pain out of his body, and I'm gonna put it in a big old paw print bubble. And you have to take that pain and experience it. And if you're able to survive through it, I'll consider it even. We're good. You have to live through it."
He gives him a little taste of it, and he almost has a seizure.
It's really intense.
Yeah.
And so Zoro, being Zoro, is like, can we go off somewhere a little bit away from here to do it? And Kuma's like, sure. So they do. They walk off a ways, and the only thing we see of what happened is Zoro thrusting his hands into the pain bubble, and the shot freezes. And then we pick up, I would assume a few hours later, maybe 30 minutes, maybe a few hours later, anywhere from like half an hour later to a few hours later. I don't know. So everybody gets up. Luffy's like, "Oh my god, I feel great." Everybody's like, "Oh my god, where'd that warlord guy go?" They don't say it, and everybody's like, "Well, he's gone now, so whatever." And then Sanji gets up and is like, oh my god, I have to go figure out where the hell Zoro is. Runs off to go find him, and then stumbles across the clearing where Zoro is still standing, covered in blood, looking like he would fall over at literally any moment. And Sanji goes up to him and says, what? And he's just like, what the hell happened here? And Zoro's like, nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. And I can't believe that that's not on this list.
And most people watch that and think, oh, what a badass. And Katie watched that and thought, that man is crazy.
Well, I did, but I was also like, it was one of those things where I knew he was gonna say that, and it was painful to me to think that instead of Zoro saying something like, I just experienced the worst pain of my physical existence, he's just like, I'm good, nothing happened, it's all good. I was like, this hurts. This hurts to watch. This hurts to watch a 19-year-old go through. Because yeah, he's 19. This is pre-time skip. He's 19 years old.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna speed run this next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot happens.
There's so much that goes on.
We
start problems. We cause problems.
We go to Sabaody, which is at the beginning of the second half of the Grand Line, aka the New World. And because right now we're in Paradise, up to this point, the New World is where we spend pretty much all of the post-time skip arcs. So they arrive, some shenanigans happen with some fish people, and they become friends with this mermaid and this guy they fought back on in Arlong Park. He was one of Arlong's boys. He's very sorry, and they make amends, and they're fine. And he's cool.
Makes them takoyaki. It's
yes,
great.
and they're cool. So turns out he's friends with this guy named Silver Israeli, who happens to be a ship coder and also a former, just a side note, former member of Gold Roger's crew. So Luffy's very interested in this, not because he's ever shown any kind of specific affinity toward Gold Roger, and even when he does, it's King of the Pirates, not Gold Roger himself. He's just interested in the title. So but the other thing is, Shanks, his mentor, was on his crew. So Silver Israeli knows Shanks, and so they get along that way. And Silver Israeli knows the whole history of the world and offers to tell them, and Luffy says no. So anyway,
I forgot about that.
He offers.
God damn it.
He offers them the warp zone. You skip to World 8, but he says no. It's an original Mario reference. So anyway, he decides to take their mermaid friend out on a day on the town. They go to the water park, or not the water park, the theme park, that you ride roller coasters and such. It's a good time. But unfortunately for them, fish people, especially mermaids, are highly sought after by these assholes called celestial dragons.
And there just happened to be some there.
Yes, and also slave drivers. So there are some slave drivers who capture her, put her in handcuffs, and then attempt to sell her at an auction. And Silver Israeli, oh, I forgot, they haven't met Silver Israeli yet, but anyway. Silver Israeli happens to be there, pretending to be a slave so that he can rob the person who buys him blind and make off with the money. He's cool like that. So, before that goes down, they're about to sell her, and their original plan was to just pay enough money to buy her back. Unfortunately, they don't have enough because the world nobles are basically made of money. They can just print more if they want. They have anything they want. So this guy named Charlos decides to buy her and wants to then put her in a tank with piranhas. Thankfully, he doesn't get the chance to do that, though, because he ends up shooting the fishman I talked about earlier. I think his name was Hachi. I almost said Sachi. It's someone else. He ends up shooting Hachi, and Luffy is very upset. And there's this haunting shot of Luffy defending Hachi with his body, which is unheard of because humans do not defend fish people. It's like a very clear allegory for racism. So, he approaches the Celestial Dragons, who you're not supposed to defy in any way whatsoever and slugs him in the face. This triggers a Marine Admiral to show up along with an entire armada of Marines and fuck their shit up. Luffy, and also a bunch of clones of Bartholomew Kuma that are called pacifistas.
As well as also Bartholomew Kuma.
Yeah, they're not exactly clones, they're robots.
Yes, but they're based on him.
Yeah, and Kuma's there as well. So they all attack the Straw Hats and everyone else there. And we watch as the original Kuma disappears Zoro. Just instantly. Which is a big deal because Zoro is not to be taken lightly. He's very powerful. So he's the first one to go, which sends a message. And Luffy's immediately like, we can't do this. We gotta run. So everybody splits up and runs. And one by one, they all get disappeared. Ending with a very tragic shot of Nico Robin while Luffy watches helplessly. Kuma then approaches Luffy, says, well, Luffy is actually on the ground self-harming.
Yeah.
Because he simply doesn't know what else to do. Slamming his head into the floor, and we've never seen him like this before, ever. So this, you know, how do you break a character? This is how. So he is not doing well. And then Kuma finally sends him away as well.
Yeah.
Now Luffy doesn't know how his power works, so he assumes all his friends are dead.
Right.
Which is very unfortunate. So Kuma says we will never meet again, and then sends him away. Now for me personally, this is S tier, of course. Well, this is your tier list, but...
Well, I mean, I would have put it there anyway,
okay,
so
good.
We're on the same page. Yeah. Listen, I don't enjoy... I don't enjoy tragedy in like a, oh my god, tragedy is just the best ever kind of way. But well-written tragedy, and especially well-written tragedies that directly impact what a character wants the most or is the most connected to is just really, really awesome to see done well. And that's what happens here. Because for a bunch of arcs previous to this, including in Water 7 Enies Lobby, Luffy says, I have to be able to defend my friends. I have to be strong enough to keep them all safe because they're not all as strong as me. And I'm always going to be able to do that. I'm always going to be able to protect them. And after we left Enies Lobby and we went to Thriller Bark, and defeating Gecko Moria was a pretty big task that left us exhausted, and then Kuma attacking right after and being so far out of our league was like, shit, are we actually ready to go to the new world? Like, are we actually ready to do this? And then we get to Sabaody, and it is the first time that Luffy ever calls for a retreat from his crew and explicitly says, we have to get out of here, we're too weak. And then it just ended horribly. It was like, we did the right thing. We turned around to get the fuck out, and it still didn't work. And it was...
pretty devastating.
It was pretty devastating.
Yeah, I know we didn't do a whole lot. Are you cool if we call it here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta call somebody.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna call it there. So let me take a screenshot of mine.
Mm-hmm. Can you save the links to them? Would that be helpful? I know you mentioned that at the beginning.
I can save the link to the specific tier list is what I meant.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I'll save these bad boys real quick. Okay, this one is mine. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, you guys don't get to see my files. Silly. And then I need one for Katie's. Thank you so much to everybody who stuck around. I appreciate you all, especially if you're here for if you stuck around for the tier list. Yeah, taxes folder, exactly. Okay, there's nothing damning here. I've long since purged my porn folders on the computer, so... okay, but I always like to double check. Okay, B1 piece tier list. Okay. Alright, let's see who's live. Nobody on YouTube. I've never raided into Da Harumba. I don't think. But Da Harumba's raided me plenty of times. So we'll do that. Okay, if you are on YouTube, the raid will not happen for you. If you're on Twitch or the site, it will happen for you. We're hosting Da Harumba on Twitch. You can find them at twitch.tv/DaHarumba. That's DAHORUMBA. Thank you very much all for being here. I love you all. Appreciate you all. Sorry for switching days on you. I did have an event yesterday, so thank you for being accommodating. I will be back on Tuesday, more than likely, assuming I'm in the mood. Oh wait, I will be back on Tuesday because I think that's when me and Cirrus are supposed to finally do our what is it called? Our collab stream. So we still got to figure out what to talk about, but I'm sure we'll have something to discuss because there's a lot happening all the time these days. So you know. Anyway, look forward to that. Like I said, love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend and stay chill.